Howdy, howdy.
It's another week. We're here.
We're
Good
back.
morning.
We made it.
Hello.
Well, we are happy to be back for another episode. Let's see. What'd your guys' week look like? What'd you guys have to do this week? Any fun and exciting news?
Nothing here.
Nothing.
Man.
Nothing.
Oh,
did-
that's all good.
I ended up doing a 6-day fast this week. That was fun. Easiest one I've done yet. That definitely the 2-to-1 fat to protein ratio made that exponentially easier. Holy cow. I mean, it was the easiest 6-day fast. Even when I finally did eat, I could have taken it or left it. So that was by yeah.
How was the refeed? Because that was a struggle last time.
Yeah, it was less of a struggle, but still I didn't ease into it. I just ate all the eggs and I knew that I was going to cause a nuclear problem, but I just kind of like it like a Band-Aid. Just go ahead and do it, get through it, and then you'll be fine, because I found that out last time. So I still prefer that. Just basically just the first meal is going to go right through you, and after that it's fine, once it gets the stomach acid going again. So I don't know. I'm just kind of resolved to that, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just gonna let it kind of happen. So, but no, it was awesome and felt fantastic. Definitely going to be doing that again. So I'm planning on starting the rolling 84-hour fast again this week. So I'm going to start that on Monday afternoon. So Monday morning will be the last feeding day.
Wow, you're a machine, fasting machine.
I think this is what I was talking about too. I don't know if it's as much. I think it's a dual combination. I think it's I think 3 factors actually. I think that it is the fat made it so much easier. I think summer is making it way easier, and I also think that laying off the amino acids when I am fasting has also made it easier. So those, yeah. So. Yeah, super fun. Looking forward to it. I got to get in fighting weight for Austin. Down to
I know.
2 months.
Coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then you're going to pig out there on all those tomahawks. And
I am. There's going to be no fasting. No fasting in Austin. That's for certain. We're going to be putting a hurt on Austin.
Yeah.
So, for
How
sure.
you doing, Lindy?
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I had a busy week. My daughter's got surgery this week on Wednesday, so she's going in to have an injection in her eye today to prepare her for surgery, and then so that's a little bit scary. Hoping she gets some vision back in her eye after the surgery. Hoping she can come to Texas if all goes well and she gets some sight back. She'll be coming along as well, which will be so nice. But it really depends on what happens after, in the next week or so. But just keeping busy with her, helping her with her admin and around the shop, which is lovely. I love the shop. It's my happy place. I love her staff and just being with my daughter. So, it's all good. So there you go. Anyway, I believe we've got a special guest. Her name is Mylon, and she's the Carnivore Odyssey, and we'll link her channel in here as well. But she's from Melbourne, Australia. Queensland, Australia. And let's bring her on. You can do the D. There you go.
There she is.
Howdy, everyone.
Welcome.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for having me along for this crazy ride.
Well, firstly, let's hear a little bit about your story, just in case anyone here hasn't come across you on the tube before.
Well, I was born in 1967 in London. Yes, I'm a POM, and no, there is no treatment for being a British POM. No treatment at all. I checked. My mother was an opera singer. I basically grew up with music, opera, classical music in my life. Weight only really started to be a problem for me, I suppose, by the time I was about 6-ish, 7. My weight sort of ballooned from that point on. My mother was, she always kind of struggled with her weight as well. Not so much dad, but mum definitely did, bless her heart. I was in boarding school by the age of 8. And of course, they took one look at me and went, diet for you. And so I was put on a diet, and, it was calorie restrictive because we're talking the 70s here. So,
Yeah.
of diets is very limited then. And over the years, I did lose weight, obviously. I mean, who wouldn't with that kind of calorie restrictive regime? You just would. It just, is it healthy? Is it great? No. But it does, you do through whatever reason. But I was very active as well, playing, rounders, netball, swimming, tennis, badminton, all the things. And after a little while, I suppose due to sort of puberty sort of coming along, the weight was doing some strange things. So they decided, the doctor decided that to put me on appetite suppressants. And, I was at boarding school. I figured everything was A-OK, that mum and dad knew about it. So they put me on Ponderax pay caps. And, went home one weekend, one of those rare weekends when mum was in the country. And, of course, I went home with the medication. And mum's like, what's that you're taking? I said, oh, this is just what the doctor put me on. Appetite suppressants, beg your pardon. So she took one. And after about 20 minutes, it was like living with Lady Macbeth. It altered her mood, like big time. And I actually didn't find out why until the other day. I'll get to that in a minute. But then diets were always a thing for me. It's been yo throughout most of my life with diets. So it was around about after, it was quite a long time. I mean, the most significant thing was a Tony Ferguson diet, which was a chemist-related sort of regime thing. And it was my first introduction into what happens when you lower the carbs a bit and lower the sugar. So it was an education in how to read those labels on the back of the food. So, it served its purpose. I did lose 60 kilos on that. Looked in the mirror one day and I was like, who's that? And that just frightened the living daylights out of me, and I headed for the hills. And of course, over a period of time, put all the weight back on, didn't I? The next thing that I went on to was the ketogenic diet. Now, that was darned effective because that's even lower in carbs. Again, faced the same problem of who's that? Headed for the hills. And, over time, I've tried different things, always with the mind of lowering the carbohydrates because it was effective. And then, towards the end of about 18 months ago, I'd say that I hit what you would consider to be the rock bottom of all rock bottoms. I was sitting out here. I had a friend come up and visit me from Sydney, asking me, what are you doing for you? And gave me a darn good talking to. He's the type of guy that would risk a friendship in order to save somebody. It's the definition of friendship for him. He really told it to me like, and he had mentioned a few months later that he had a friend who was a carnivore. I'm like, I remember thinking at the time, okay, well, look, even I know what that means. That means he's just eating meat. I'm like, what? And didn't think much of it until he brought it up again a few months after that. And I said, are you really seriously telling me this man only eats meat? Seriously? And he said, yep. I'm like, what? So it was in the back of my mind. And then he came up here in December last year to see some opera performances here in Queensland. And when he left, we talked about the carnivore thing again, because I found it quite fascinating that somebody could actually survive off just eating meat. And when he left, I sat in front of YouTube and just typed in carnivore, and bang, up came all this information. And, you know, it wasn't so much a case of, okay, yeah, sure. The weight that was getting lost was very impressive. And we need to remember that, even though carnivore is about getting your body healthy, let's not forget the amazing weight loss results that people are having. Hello, you guys, right? But for me, initially, it was the pain that people were healing from. And there was I'm like, wait, people are actually healing leg pain and things like that? What? So that was it. I jumped in on the 1st of January 2024, and you know, I'm down about 23 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds. So
40.
About 50 pounds, I'd
Yep.
say, about 50 pounds. And, you know, it's a heck of a journey. I don't need a doctor for prescription medications anymore. That's done with. I take a couple of Panadol Osteo, a multivitamin. That's it. I've gotten rid of the glucosamine. Just so many things that I've gotten rid of. I've nearly finished my magnesium that I take at night. Thank God. Because I'll be, you know, making my own electrolytes, which will have a proper dose of magnesium and potassium in it. Thank you. And I just can't imagine eating any other way. I can't see a time when I'm going to put a vegetable into my pie hole. I just can't. I can't. And as for fruit, I'm like, nah, can't see it. Cannot see it. Doesn't interest me at all. I still have my coffee though.
I still have my coffee as well, too.
That ain't going anywhere for the moment. Not for the moment. But I have increased. I started putting butter in it. Yum.
For sure.
Yeah. Very nice.
So yeah, that's pretty much me.
How is your carb and sugar cravings going?
As soon as I have had thoughts like, oh, a teaspoon of peanut butter or a tablespoon of peanut butter wouldn't go astray. But as soon as I think of it, it's gone. I haven't actually gone, oh my God, I really need a piece of toast. Right. I haven't had that. And toast, like 4 pieces of toast every morning with lashings of butter and lashings of peanut butter. The only thing I got right about that whole thing was the butter part. But, you know, the toast and the peanut butter, But yeah, 4 pieces of toast every morning. Sometimes before I went to bed, I'd have 4 pieces of toast. I actually don't have any desire to eat any of it. I don't know if my cravings are going to come later, but I haven't really had anything that's made me climb the walls yet, which I find really strange.
That's awesome.
So you're getting that freedom, that food freedom. So that's good.
And you never had that before, right? With anything else that you ever tried?
Oh, cravings on any other diet, with the exception of ketogenic. That was another one. I didn't really have cravings, but anything other than everything else, it's like,
yeah, constantly thinking about it. Right?
Oh my God, because you're always thinking about, okay, so I've had breakfast. When's lunch?
Counting down the minutes. Yep.
When's lunch?
Yep.
I eat once a day. I don't give a damn.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's freedom. Yep, for sure. And that's the thing that's hard to get through to people. They can't see it from the other side, but yeah.
I've never had that, never experienced that before in my life, to be free
Mm.
from it, the thought of food constantly.
Oh, just it frees you up to actually think about other things.
Right. So
It's wonderful.
how restrictive do you find it?
I don't.
Right?
Yeah.
I just don't.
Right. Don't you sit there and go, "Oh man, I can't have Pop-Tarts when you're eating a ribeye?"
Nah, doesn't interest me. All I see is, it's funny if for instance, if I see something like that on an advert on YouTube, I just look at it and go, yeah, it's just inflammation waiting to happen. Yeah, that's my thought process. I just look at all this other stuff going, yeah, nah, we're not doing that. That's just all inflammation ready to just, nah, not
Sure.
interested.
And that's what's
Yeah.
so funny about it is everybody says, from the outside looking in, they go, I can never do that. That your diet, it's they literally think of carnivore like it's an eating disorder, which is really hilarious because
Mm.
but they mistake, they mistake freedom for being restrictive. And it's like, no, it's not I'm not forcing myself to only eat meat. I get to only eat meat because I'm free from
Yeah.
the addiction. I'm not, people are so addicted to food, they don't even realize that that's why they feel like it's restrictive. It's because it's got a hold of them.
Yep.
It's so ridiculous. They don't understand that's the very reason why they think it's so restrictive is the very reason why they're having a problem because they are addicts. They're not, this isn't a healthy relationship with food. They're addicted.
Mm. And try being like 300 plus kilos or 800 pounds and say your life is not restrictive. That's restrictive. Diet is not restrictive. We just
No.
eat meat. We've got the food freedom and everything seems so much better now. And then they're
Yeah.
like, oh, just one bite. You got to live a little. Well, I am living now. I wasn't living before. I was existing. I have got my life back. And that one cookie is going to be a whole packet and then the next and the next. I know it's going to spiral. I don't want to fall into that trap again because I know it's so easy to do. So I am more than happy. It's my choice to eat carnivore. I love it. I love the freedom I get with it. I love that I've got my life back. It's like you live how you want to live and I live how I want to live. Everyone's happy. Zip it up. No more. Nothing to debate here. So,
And the meals are so much easier.
yeah.
Everything's easier. It's simpler. It's cleaner.
Shopping.
Less
Yeah.
mess.
Yep.
Just easy. And and if you think it's starting to get boring, fast a little bit. It'll get real lively real quick when you fast.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
But you can fast. Some people, they skip a meal and it's like, oh my God, I haven't eaten. I've skipped lunch and you've got to make up for it at night. And it's like, I skip a meal or 2 meals and it's like, oh, whatever,
Yeah.
I don't
And
stress about it.
you still don't even think about it when you miss it.
No.
Nope. Before you would be counting the minutes to your next feeding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're living by the clock. Okay, it's breakfast time, lunchtime, dinner
Lunchtime,
times.
dinner times,
12
snack
o'clock
time,
lunch.
dessert time. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like
I
don't
should
care.
have something before I go to bed. Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what it was.
Ruled by the tummy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, you're just a prisoner. You're a prisoner to your body. You're a prisoner to your addiction and your cravings. You're a prisoner to all these things. And then you break free from that. And there's a trade-off, which means you don't get to eat all the poison, but it's not restrictive. And it is, they say it's restrictive and unsustainable. It's like, well, you've never been, free from your sugar and food addiction then, because it's the most freeing and most sustainable and easiest part of it. That's why carnivore works when calorie restricted, micro dosing of your drug habit doesn't work very well,
Well, I mean, I just think that, and I've heard this said by many, and I think even you've said it, Lindy, restrictive is not being able to move without being in excruciating pain. Restrictive is not being able to have a life by going out and doing the things that you want to do. That's restrictive. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that
When
100%.
I'm not playing those games anymore, it's like, nah. And that pit, that horrible pit, that rock bottom, it's still there, still offering cookies, yak, 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 yak. But I'm like, yeah, no, rack off.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, this is Carl from Carnivore Nation. We're going to be doing a live stream together here, kind of a live interview here. But everybody go check out his YouTube channel too. He's growing carnivore. He has a fun YouTube channel, so you go check that out. Appreciate you coming in, Carl. But yeah, absolutely, it's incredible, and it's just I don't know. I laugh when because you've been fighting weight for how many years now?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, if we go by when my weight started ballooning, 50 years.
Right. And so after 50 years, how many calorie restrictive diets have you been on?
Oh my goodness.
Like all of them, likely.
My goodness, that'd be quite a tally. All of them were. I'd say they'd had to have been. I had to, all up, including Tony Ferguson. I've even done the cabbage diet, the Scarsdale diet, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig.
Yep.
Gloria Marshall. Now that's really showing my age. The grapefruit diet. Can't even look at another grapefruit. Oh, it has to have been close to about 20 different diets over the years. Just ridiculous.
Right. And out of all those diets, was anything sustainable? Did anything stick like carnivore?
No.
Right.
I mean, I can see where, there's obviously there's great value in ketogenic. Like, for instance, Laura Spath, she's ketovore-ish, and she's got maintenance down pat. Like, the woman, she knows the stuff where, keeping your weight maintained. She's great. But yeah, carnivore is really quite unlike anything I've ever done. It just takes the guesswork out of everything.
It takes the guesswork, the decision making, the planning, the prep work, the macro counting, and all this stuff.
The macro counting gets a bit much after. It does get a bit.
Right. So you're not so diet, focused and all this stuff. It just frees you. It gives you an off switch. It frees you from the addiction, but it also frees you from having to just constantly be inundated with thoughts of what you're going to eat, what you're not going to eat, praying that you don't break down and eat the thing you're not supposed to eat. You can just step back from it and live your life.
Yep, that's exactly right.
We got a question for you here. They want to know, who was your mom?
Her name was Rita Hunter, and she is on YouTube. I put her there, but she is there. She is there. Rita Hunter, dramatic soprano.
There you go.
I think Michael's looking her up. We'll pop a link up for you.
You'll probably be looking for Rita Hunter, La Favorita. But she is there. Lovely photograph like that. But yeah, she is there.
Yeah. Keith says, I had to realize meat was the missing link in healing my life. I didn't get it at first either. Absolutely, Keith.
Yeah.
Hi, Keith.
Yeah, you know Keith.
Oh, yeah. I haven't met him in a live or anything, but I've definitely heard about Keith.
Yeah, Keith has a little channel too now. He's sharing his story on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's doing very well. So
Keith, he's going to be pumping out amazing content more and more now. He's just getting rolling. So let's see. Well, did I miss?
You drive.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to it. There we go.
There we go. A question from Adam from Carnivore today. Mywin, once you reach your goals, do you plan to include other foods or stay carnivore?
I'm open to it, but right now my brain, I honestly cannot see me eating anything else other than meat. That's right now. Once I get there, will I introduce any other foods? I honestly don't know. Right now, can't see it. Don't know. I really don't know. Because at the moment, I'm scared of inflammation. I'm scared of pain because I already have enough of it. Thanks. And I don't want any more. And to get rid of it and possibly open myself up to it later, I don't know. And will the body be different when I get there? Possibly, yes. I just don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll find
Yeah.
out when we get there.
Thanks for the question, Adam at Carnivore today. Definitely go check out his channel. He's pumping out awesome interviews, great content. So go check that out. We will pop back up here. Let's see, where would I leave off? There we go.
Miriam, you guys have done so well. I'm 5 weeks in and put on a kilo. It's all right. You concentrate on healing. Yeah.
Yep. Body's healing.
Yep.
Great
the body will release the weight when it's ready to. Believe me.
Yep.
Yeah. But take measurements. Normally, you can put on a bit of weight, but your composition will change. You actually get smaller. And you don't realize unless you take those measurements.
Right,
So,
because a healed, healthy, lean tissue weighs a heck of a lot more than fat. So, and that includes, that literally includes myelin on the nerves and cartilage and muscle, cartilage, bones. The whole thing. You get denser because you get healthy, but then those things help you get rid of fat, and that's what it's not really about weight. You're looking for healthy, lean weight.
Right. And then, it's just not about the scale moving down. It's also about your health changes. What's changed in your 5 weeks that you've been doing this?
Absolutely.
How do you feel better? Is your depression gone? Anxiety's gone?
Yeah.
Pain levels.
Yeah.
There's so much more than just weight.
Well, and then the sustainability part of it, right? Like, do you feel better? Are you winning this battle against the cravings and the anxiety that are forcing, the anxiety and the depression that you're using food and sugar addiction to fix, to kind of give you a break from. Once you break free from that, well, the rest is a matter of time, because you no longer are addicted to those kind of poisonous, cycles that you couldn't seem to get rid of before. That's why I'm like, I got a couple, probably close to 200 pounds left to lose, but I don't care because I don't have an eating problem anymore. So it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of time. So it's a weight off your shoulders when
I'm just going to look something up here for Miriam, because that time frame, I'm just going to look at my spreadsheet because I know that there was a couple of times I actually put on as well. So, let me have a look. 3 weeks in, I put on weight, and then about a month after that, I put on weight as well. But trust. I know it sounds corny. You've got this. You trust the process, Miriam. You've got it. Your body's healing, love. Your body is healing.
Absolutely, it is.
Beautiful.
Do you all still eat dairy? That's a big negative for me. I don't do any dairy at all.
No, I don't do dairy. I might have a little bit on a social when we're going out. If you go out to a friend's house, whatever, and that's the only choice. But then I know that it's going to cause inflammation. It's going to cause a bit of edema. So I have to weigh up, am I going to suffer for a week with fluid? If I do, then I'll have a couple of pieces of cheese. If I don't want to, I stay away. But I know what it does to me. So every day, definitely not.
I have a little bit of cheese every once in a while.
Me, I have full fat cream, heavy cream in my coffee. But in the last 2 weeks, I've been reducing it because I've been adding the butter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ultimate goal would be to just have the butter in the coffee. That would be great. I'd love that. But yeah, for now, yes, I'm having dairy. It is a little bit. It is probably the only carbs I'm really having, because I know there's carbs in eggs low, but carbs in eggs. But I don't eat those every day.
Mm.
But yeah, the cream, and it's getting less. The cream is getting less.
That's awesome.
Sunshine, exactly. I had someone the other day say, please help me, when I told her. She said, I can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be an issue. And, I've talked to a few people about that too. And, they say, what do we do with somebody that just says they won't do it? They can't do it. And I was like, all we can do is be the example and get healthy, get happy,
Yeah.
thrive around them. And then we just got to pray that, they are going to get to a point, if they keep getting sick, that they're going to be looking for an answer and they're going to get desperate. And we just have to hope, pray that they get to that point before it's too late, before it's not reversible anymore.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people struggle, but I guess we've all hit rock bottom. We've tried everything. We didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any other choices. Like, it was this or just keep
Give
doing
up.
what we were doing and give up. Yeah, die. I mean, that was our only choice. So for us, I guess that's why we are so strong, because we've hit rock bottom and we don't want to go back there. So
Yeah.
that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's there's only two options. There's the gray middle area that used to be so attractive is no longer there. We've played that game, and it's just a pitfall,
Yeah, I love my new freedom now. I'm not going back to being housebound and in pain and immobile. So
for sure.
yeah. Hi, Daniel. Spiking your insulin sky high creates cravings and hunger because the body is expecting food and has meltdowns when it doesn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has a tantrum.
It does. It
Mm.
it does throw a fit, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
4 pillars of addiction treatment. Cool name. I'm pretty new to carnivore. How much have you lost, and how long have you been doing carnivore for? I've been doing carnivore 2 years, 4 months, and I've lost over 500 pounds. So I can't tell you exact because I don't know what my highest weight was. The scales didn't go up that far, but over 500 for me.
Todd?
So today, just under 280 now, and it's been 15 months. So
I'm 8.5 months, a little bit over, and I'm down like 160 pounds.
Wow, you guys. Oh, my God.
yes, and
Hug.
not a single bit of that is from willpower and or exercise. It's
Or
from
exercise, yeah.
yeah,
Just your body letting it go.
Yep.
How
Me,
you
I'm
going?
just me through. Well, let me see. I'm on week 14 now, so yeah, week 14 and probably 50 pounds. Yeah, 50 pounds.
Fantastic.
Boom.
Congratulations, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And
It's gone so quickly.
out of all the diets that you've ever been on before, have you ever lost this much weight?
In such a short space of time? Nah.
Right. No.
Nah.
And
the body healing at the same time.
right.
No. The mental health in this short space of time. Woo.
Right. And how much easier is this than anything else you ever tried?
Oh, hello. It's called I'm starting to have a life. Being able to think clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I don't know that the family's ready for me to be thinking this clearly, but too bad.
Bad for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Keith said
sorry.
hello.
Yeah,
I was going to
saying-
read. He
yeah.
says hello. Much love and thanks for the shout out, everyone. You're welcome. Masin Leia and Cho. Hi guys. Actually managed to catch a live. Oh, welcome.
Hey.
Yay. Question: do you guys include electrolyte supplements, or is your salt intake enough?
Started, electrolytes were absolutely paramount. I had to have them. Now I don't take any at all. And this is, to me, this is the whole supplement argument. And I think really depends on the individual, but I think most people are so nutrient and mineral deficient when you first start this that
Oh yeah.
it does not help or does not hurt to supplement. But once you get kind of satiated with all the nutrients, then you can just it's not as necessary. But at first, I think they're imperative.
I
Agreed.
still take some, and not as much as I used to. But yeah, I still take them every once in a while.
Yeah, I've got the LMNT, and the raw ones. I just take them every now and then when I remember, but not often at all. I don't need them at the moment.
Sure.
I mean, I salt my food pretty well.
Yeah,
I've got pink Himalayan salt. Um, I probably will be taking electrolytes because I have restless leg syndrome. But given what I've found out in the last few days, I'm wondering, okay, so how much of my problem is restless leg syndrome, or is it lipedema? So I would say that for now, I'll feel better about having the electrolytes. I'm going to make my own because my husband needs them as well. So yeah, I know I need to increase the amount of water that I'm drinking every day. But yeah, for now, I probably will. I do salt my food really, really well. But I can probably see a time where I'm just not going to. But like you said, Todd, early on, you come into this and you're just so deficient in everything.
yeah,
So you need it. You need it just to get you through. And they say that that salt and the electrolytes can help reduce the wackiness of keto flu, because that's a very real thing, and that can really make you feel lousy.
Oh yeah.
So if you can sort of take some electrolytes early on to not necessarily get rid of it, if you can, great, but if it can just reduce those symptoms to make it a little bit more comfortable, then go for it.
Absolutely. Mhm.
Hi, Paula. Any suggestions for a restart for losing weight? She's stalled.
Fasting.
Wow, many
I
things.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about that a lot lately because I stalled for 6 months, and
Wow.
the higher fat when I went to break out of it, I had to go to a 2-to-1 fat ratio. I was eating too lean, too much protein, not enough fat. And then also, I think it was just winter, to be honest with you. I think our bodies don't really want to give up give up the weight in the
Hibernation
winter.
mode.
Yeah, there's this
Yeah.
whole I mean, I fasted, I did a lot of things. I didn't veer off carnivore at all. I tried restricting, and eating less. I tried fasting. I did all those things, and the things that helped the most was just time, getting out of winter, and eating a 2-to-1 fat ratio, and the fat being probably the biggest for sure. When I
Yeah.
really upped the fat, my energy, my ketones went through the roof, and much
Mm.
much better.
And I personally have a tendency to overeat because I've still got that lap band restriction. So sometimes I
Under
have trouble
under
keeping my food down. So under
undereat.
eating and what did I say?
You said overeat.
Oh, undereat.
Morning.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't had a coffee. I had bone broth this morning, but obviously I'm still, yeah. Yeah. So under eating, it can cause your metabolism to slow down and then everything kind of stops. And so I have to do like a mini prime, which is 3 days of just eating like it was my job and just eat. And because I can't sit down and eat a full big steak, I just take bites throughout the day. So to have a bowl of chopped up steak and I just nibble on that all day, and that's my prime. And I'll do that for 3 days just to get food into me, and that ramps up the metabolism, and then my weight loss goes off again. So yeah, it really depends. There's lots of different reasons why you can stall. It could be if you've had a really big weight loss, your body just needs a bit of time to catch up and heal, and it's going to concentrate on healing somewhere else in your body. So that's another thing. But SPG Gang can help you through that as well. And, they do need a little bit more information because everybody's different at different stages of their journey. So you kind of need to learn a bit more about why you may have stalled. And yeah, there's lots of tools to help break that. But yeah.
Absolutely. There we go. We got a question for you.
Where did you get your name from, Marwin, or does it mean something? I love how it's pronounced. I hope we're pronouncing it right too, Maya.
Maya Yep. It is Welsh. My father was born in Aberdare in South Wales in England. And it means White Mary. Maya meaning Mary. Wyn is white in Welsh. White Mary. Like Bronwyn means white breast, but it refers to pure of heart. And the White Mary is the pure.
Oh, beautiful.
Sandra got it right.
Yep,
Ah.
nailed it. Nailed it. If you'd like to hear how it sounds like in Welsh, I can give you that. Mairwen.
There you go.
Oh, I love it.
Got to roll it, right?
Yep, that's how they say it in Wales.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. I love it. I love the rolling R's. Hi, Brenda. Marwin, how are you planning to deal with a who is that problem? How do you deal with it? I'm definitely afraid of reaching a weight that I've never seen as an adult. Attention is scary.
Oh,
gosh. We talked about
attention.
this the other day.
Oh, did we what? Did we what? At some length
Yeah.
or not, yeah, attention can be scary. There's a part of you that sometimes just wants to go into a cocoon and just just leave me alone. But I personally believe that anybody that's got a significant amount, I think anybody that's got to lose some weight, but if specifically a significant amount to lose, I think it is really, really important to reach out to someone. Really important. Don't be alone when that moment happens. That was the thing. I just cocooned myself back then. I wasn't taking as many photographs. I wasn't doing measurements. I wasn't dealing with looking at myself every week. This week, this time around, I look at progress shots every week. I'm looking at those measurements every week. I literally looked in the mirror one day and went, what? Honestly, don't feel that you've got to be alone in this journey. You don't. Tough love here. Reach out, swallow your pride, get over it, and reach out to a community that can support you. That's just the bottom line. They're going to be able to help you deal with those visual problems. You'll be like, who is this? I've never seen this person before. Because if you're on the end of the spectrum where you're losing a lot of weight, then that is going to be one heck of a jarring moment for you. I would hate to think that you're going to be alone in that fight, because that is another fight altogether.
Yeah.
Reach out. Have somebody in your corner. You don't, even somebody who goes into the boxing ring, they've got their coaches and people in the corners ready to bolster them up so that they can go out there and fight some more. Don't have to do this alone. You don't. Reach out to a community that can help you and support you through that. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing.
For sure.
Yeah. And I think that's why I struggled for the first 6 months, because I would start to lose a little bit of weight. Like, not that I know, but I would start to feel better. I was starting to walk up and down the hallway a little better, less pain. And it was almost like I had to sabotage myself and go back to how I was, because I was frightened of that change, frightened what's going to happen if I just didn't like it. It was like, didn't feel natural to me, because I'd been in such a bad way for such a long time that little bit of change frightened the crap out of me. So it was back into the carbs, back into my pain, back into my wallowing. That was my safe place. And it took me to reach out to Coach Emily and Raymond and talk to them and to get past that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today. I definitely needed to talk to someone to help me get through that. So definitely support.
100%.
Yeah. We've actually, Coach Emily and I have created a private Facebook group. Unfortunately, sorry guys, it is for ladies only. It's a private group, so we can sort of talk about things like that as well. So I think Michael can put a link in the description for us if you want to join and just have a small community of like-minded women, and ketovore, carnivore, it doesn't matter what you are. It's all about optimal health, helping us get through and helping us on our journeys to optimal health. So check it out if you need some support. Hi, Denelda. Hi, my wonderful SBG friends. Just got home so late again. Hi.
Just want to say hi. There
Beautiful.
we go. Appreciate the encouragement. Thank you so much. Moving down.
Thank you for sharing this. I have had a theory about diet contributing to all the addictions, and I am super excited to find this. That's my name. The first pillar is physical diet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm huge about that. That's one of the biggest things my biggest interest is how diet contributes to other addictions. I really, truly believe that. I used to have a gambling addiction that went away. I had a nicotine addiction that went away with carnivore. That all just melts away. I really think most of my addictive nature and compulsive nature was dealing with anxiety. I'm pretty sure that's where it stemmed from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So absolutely, I definitely feel that, and I think it's very real. Definitely check out Georgia Eads' new book. Explains a lot of that. In fact, somewhere I did a live area and I asked Georgia Eid that very question when she dropped her new book. I'll try to. You wouldn't happen to have the link for that, Michael, would you?
I will get.
It's on my live tab. I think Michael is
awesome. Our technical wizard.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Michael. All right, moving on.
What do you guys think of Paul Saladino's meat-based diet, where he eats fruits but mostly carnivore?
I think when you look as healthy as Paul Saladino does, you can get away with it.
But he surfs like 3 or 4 hours a day, and he's physical, and you know, he looks great. He's maintained, and it's working for him. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. What Lindy said, it's working for him.
Yeah. But for me, that wouldn't work. The fruits and honey and stuff, that would just trigger cravings, and I'd spiral, and I'm not that. It's not for me. So
absolutely. We were doing a video at Dr. Hampton yesterday, and he basically told me, he goes, yeah, somebody like you're just going to be insulin resistant your whole life, and you just got to stay away from it. And I'm like, that's probably pretty accurate, you know?
Yeah.
Like I can't
Good
do
morning.
that.
How's it going? It's 7:30.
No worries.
Sorry.
No worries.
We are experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll be back with you in just one moment.
The show is live, folks. The show is live.
I'm
but
sorry.
yeah, it just depends on where you're coming from. I think if you can get away with it, more power to you. But there's going to be a lot of us. I think the beauty of carnivore is not that it's one size fits all, but it's that it's a very powerful healing elimination diet, and you need to start at the foundation of elimination to the very, very basics. And then once you heal up doing that, then you can add things back that you can see what your tolerance is to them, to see how it's going to affect you, to see if it's going to have a negative or a positive effect, to see if you can control it or if it's going to be addictive to you. And then you got to make up your mind from there what's worth it, you know? What do you want to add back in? What's worth it? What's it taken from you? What's the trade-off? You know, I get to that point now. I don't even eat that much, you know, bacon. I'm eating more bacon right this second because my mom's on a bacon kick. But for the most part, I will opt to eat beef all the time because I like how I feel when I eat beef versus bacon, you know, and that's kind of where it gets for me is the trade-off. So. There we go.
Congrats on all the amazing weight loss so far. You're all shining lights in the super sugar and carb darkness. Oh, thanks, Keith. You are too. Amazing story.
Yeah, 100%. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're all superstars, all of us in the community. Question: did everyone have a red pill moment when you realized that we all have been taught on food growing up has been wrong?
I've had several. One as early as last night. Oh, yeah. There's been a few of them.
Yeah, for sure. My awakening started into carnivore when I was listening to Gary Taubes and Dr. Robert Lustig. And that was when I started changing my mind. And I went from beating myself up to getting pissed because I knew
Oh,
I'd been, we are at war, right? We're under attack. Our food's under attack. We're being attacked with propaganda to keep us sick and to make, money off of us. And that's when things changed, was when I had a big red pill moment, because all this time I had been going to the doctor and doing what they said and it was wrong. And I thought I was screwing it up somehow. I thought I was the broken piece and I
Yep.
didn't realize that I was being lied to, And it's not that every doctor is purposely lying to you, but they've been indoctrinated by the information in the school and the industry out there. And so they are useful idiots sometimes, sorry to say, but they're useful idiots sometimes. And they wear the coat. So they have the appropriate agenda attire on that we are all supposed to blindly, worship and listen to. And we delegate our health and our quality of life to these people, and they have terribly abused that. And that's when I got mad.
Sometimes we have to listen to our doctors, but I think you need to do your own research as well and then make an informed decision on that. Like, it's your health, it's your life, and you do what you feel is right. But
Absolutely.
Sometimes the doctors, you need them. Not
Yeah.
saying everyone has to be against the doctors, but you do need to.
I'm not
do your
against doctors.
research.
If I'm missing a finger, you better believe I'm going to the doctor. If I
Oh, yeah.
if I have trauma, I'm going to the
Mhm.
doctor. But if somebody tells me I've got acid reflux or a cold, or I'm not going to the doctor, I'm going to figure out, because they're going to give you,
Yeah.
they're going to put you in the
Rubbish.
sick care system, where they treat your sickness instead of heal you. And I'm not,
Yep.
we got to stay out of that. And I mean, to each their own, of course. I'm not a doctor, and this is my personal opinion. But my personal opinion is I'm always going to shy away from that. That's never going to be. When it comes to disease and sickness, it's a doctor is nowhere I'm going to be. I don't care if it's cancer or any of that. I'm not doing it.
Hi, Jenny. I've been putting extra salt in my food and even in my water for years, even before finding carnivore out of necessity, because I was having issues with syncope. I don't know what that is. And I believe it saved my life.
Good.
Excellent.
That's
Very
nice.
happy for you.
Nice.
Lindy, you mentioned bone broth. I hear a lot of people drinking it. What is the importance of drinking the bone broth, or is there nothing important about it? Well, it's full of collagen, and collagen is good for loose skin. It's very nourishing. Yes, I'm on a loose skin vendor at the moment, doing anything I can naturally. So it's not such a big surgery if I go down that path later. So, yeah, there's a lot of benefits to having bone broth, just nourishment, and yeah. Do you guys want to add to that, or?
Yeah, definitely on the collagen. Like when you have stretch marks and you have skin, it's not the skin. It's not the skin that doesn't heal and doesn't shrinken up. And doesn't, have the elasticity. It's the collagen layer under the skin. That's where stretch marks are. That's where the damage happens. And so collagen is extremely important for that, but it's also extremely important for like the myelin on your nerves. So if you have neuropathy, if you're having, any of those problems, like if you're just losing range of motion, collagen's super important. Collagen's super important for your joints, and if you're having arthritis and joint pain and stuff, it's incredibly important. So there's a lot of importance there. Plus, it's just full of a bunch of micronutrients that are incredible.
All the bone marrow. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd stopped coffee for such a long time, but with winter coming up, it's really nice to have a hot drink. And I could just feel that coffee was coming back in. So I thought this morning I'm going to start having my bone broth. And I buy it like a powdered one, which is all grass fed and has extra collagen in it. And I put my butter in there and extra salt, mix it all up, like 3 spoons of this collagen bone broth, and it was beautiful. So I've had my hot drink. I feel nice and warm and cozy, and just getting rid of that coffee again and just keeping that for special occasions, because I don't want to get stuck into the have to have coffee every day kind of thing. So it's a nice change. At my highest weight, I was 418 and lost 80 with keto. Excellent. Back up
Nice.
to
Awesome.
383 now. I have done carnivore for about 2 weeks now, and the cravings have dramatically reduced. Down a few pounds. Looking forward to freedom. Oh, you're on your way. Nailing it.
Yeah.
Great job. Yeah. That
Nice.
food freedom is a game changer.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
And it
Once
was.
you-
Whee!
Yeah, you just got to get over that hurdle. And once that happens, it
Yep.
just becomes so much easier after that. But you just got to push through and get that food freedom.
Right. And that's what's so beautiful about carnivore. When you get that food freedom and you get that health, I think back to how many white knuckle diets that I was on for a long time, 14 months at a time,
Oh, yeah.
year and a half, even losing the weight, whatever. It didn't matter, but it fell apart because you never got the food freedom. You never got it never paid you back. The diet never paid you back. Where carnivore, the more that you add days on of healing and the food freedom, the more that this really does become a sustainable way of life for you. And then you're free, because it's just a matter of time. Your body's going to do it sustainably and probably a little bit slower at the end, when it's starting to just work on healing things more than losing weight. But it's that you got to beat, because you no longer have that fight with yourself. You no longer go to bed praying that tomorrow's the day that you fall off the rails and everything, the floor falls out from under you and you go backwards and you put all the weight on plus some and get sicker and go, into a depressed, state again. That's all gone. And so you can stop going to bed worried about what tomorrow brings and wake up thinking about food. You're free from it. That's the battle.
I found that all the other diets that I've ever tried, with the exception of keto and carnivore, obviously keto and carnivore, you go through that whole regime of, you're never truly happy.
Yeah.
Even if it takes like a year of your life doing it. All those other things like the Scarsdale diet and the cabbage diet, first of all, they're not sustainable. Not really, but you're not happy when you're actually doing that.
No. And I think that that's why people want such a big result too. It's not because that they that they're just so impatient. It's because they know they don't have enough time. It's like you're hanging on by the tip of your fingers, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't sustain this for much longer. So you're hoping to get as much off possible, so that when you fall, hopefully somehow you can hold on to the results. But you're not going to get to
No.
do this. It's not sustainable. That's why people
Mhm.
want these big swings, and they have no patience for letting it do it, because it's like, I have to hold my hand on this fire to heal or whatever. How long can you keep your hand on the flame type of deal? So you want it to hurry up. You're like, get it done, get it done, get it done, so you can get away from the pain.
Takes time.
You got to remember though, you've got something, you're waiting for those big swings. Just remember, if you're getting pushed on a swing, what's going to happen when you get that really big push?
Right.
There's the other way as well.
Exactly. And
There's no quick fix, folks.
Nope.
Because
It's not.
Yeah.
Right.
But
And
with keto as well, you have to restrict your food. So, like, you've still got all the macros, and you try and keep within your macros. And then you think, if I restrict it even more, I'm going to keep losing. So you're always focused on the numbers. Whereas carnivore, you take all of that out. When you're our weight, we don't need to do macros or anything. We just need to keep consistent, eat our meat, eat our fats, and that's it. Macros, you can deal with that when you get closer to your goal, when you're having that stall. Then that's when you think about macros. And once you get kick-started again, you forget about it again. So that restriction and focusing on numbers, that's what tortures you. Like, oh, for me anyway, it tortures
Oh,
me.
no, me too.
Oh, it
Me
does,
too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
hated
don't.
doing it. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's just like looking at the scale. That's torture. I don't want to see the numbers go up and down. And I know with my lymphedema, I can put 2 to 5 kilos on overnight. Just from water weight. It is so easy to do. It's not fat though, because I haven't eaten sugars. I haven't eaten carbs. I've just been really strict, but I can feel it in my legs, the fluid. But that's not fat. It's not. It's just water weight. So that's why the scales. I don't focus on the numbers too much anymore. It's just you just can't rely on that. But yeah, Carnivore does take that torture out of it once you get over that hump.
Yep, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Hi, Jay. Any suggestions on how to start a conversation with someone on a SAD diet who is suffering several medical issues that I'm convinced would at least improve by eating a proper human diet? Just lead by example. If I am going through that with so many people right now, I could just tell them, yeah, this is going to fix you, it's going to improve your symptoms. They don't want to hear it. They just don't want to hear it. And if they do ask a question, I find they literally tunnel vision and they fight and try and challenge what you're saying, or they just don't want to make that change. So I think you just have to lead by example. And when they hit their rock bottom, which is sad to think they're going to have to hit their rock bottom until they make a decision and decide to change, I don't think there's anything you can do, to be honest. People just withdraw. We've actually lost friends because my husband's very in people's face about it. You should do carnivore, you should do this, and they just don't even come and see us anymore. So, it is what it is. It's nice to be aligned. And I think that's why community is so important, because we are alone in our journeys. A lot of us don't have support outside in our real life with family or friends. There's always people challenging you. So having a little community is so important because it keeps you on track. It reminds you, like seeing all these beautiful testimonials and comments of people healing themselves, that keeps you inspired and reminds you why you're doing this. But I can't think of anything that you could say to them to make them change their mind until they're ready to make the change themselves.
I was thinking about saying something because I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's almost like when you're in one of those arguments, say, "Did you hear the news? There's a new medical procedure that there's this new pill it's the size of a football, but it's an enema. But they'll shove it up your butt one time, and all your problems will go away."
Yeah.
If only.
Yeah, and then they'll probably agree to it, to get rid of their problems. Say, "No, I was just kidding." But the good news is, you just have to eat the carnivore diet. And then they'll fight you on it. And they'll be like, "You were just willing to shove a football up your butt a minute ago for the quick pill."
Yeah.
See,
And they'll
that's
pay $1,000 a month for it, but they won't
Yeah.
pay for the steak.
Right.
everybody
exactly.
wants the quick fix, and there is no quick fix.
There
No,
isn't
but-
a magic pill. Dr.
Oh.
Berry says it all the time. There is no magic pill.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying
Yeah.
is like you could preface it that we can get you a magic pill the size of a football. You got to shove it up your butt once a month, and people would sign up for that, but they would not do it for the carnivore diet and if all I'm saying is if I could get them to say that, I'm like, you don't think you're a sugar addict when you'd rather shove a football up your butt than give up sugar?
I love it.
Right.
I love
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, look at
Love it.
Dr. Baker's thing talking about when he had to take a guy's leg off of him because he
Yep.
had sugar
Yeah.
diabetes so bad.
Oh,
And and Baker went up to him and told him to go try carnivore so he could save his other leg. And what did the guy say? "I'm too addicted. I can't do it."
Can't do it. Yeah, and he thanked him. He's like, "Well, we'd like to save your other leg." Yep, absolutely.
Losing a leg wasn't rock bottom enough.
Nope.
How
It's
much
not for
worse do you
some
think?
people.
How much worse do you think he is today without that leg? That's losing your freedom. What's more important, the food that you're eating or that freedom? I wish I would have found this years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know how much time I've wasted?
Oh, yeah.
All of us.
I'm
all of
right
us.
there with you. Yeah, I'm right there with you, lovey.
Yeah.
Shiver me
Absolutely.
timbers.
100%. Oh, thanks so much. Hit the thumbs up. We appreciate that.
We
Thank
do.
you.
And it helps to get the message out, guys. It really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you guys anything. Just hit that like button, and it helps get the message out.
Absolutely. They use weaponized food to control us. Absolutely, they do. And yeah, I mean, I'll stay out of the propaganda today because I know it's my favorite topic, but absolutely
Yeah.
they want
Well,
control.
well, okay. So who remembers the movie? Is it Wall-E?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody floating around on their little fat chairs.
And
Yep.
everybody's got the phone in front of them, and that's just what they want. This is
Yep.
what they
Yep.
want. They want us blind to it all. And
Absolutely, and they tell us what they're doing all the time in the movies. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Hi, Tony. Down 160
Whoa.
pounds. Carbs and liquid sugar made it so easy to hit 375 at 52. Back to 225. 50 more to go. Stay strong, girls and guys and girls. That's
That
Absolutely.
is
awesome.
brilliant.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
congratulations,
Brilliant.
Tony.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Good for you, love.
Absolutely killing it.
Can we really trust doctors in the US at least? Didn't they try to addict the entire populace to opioids?
And they
Yeah.
did.
Absolutely. And the great words of the great philosopher Ice-T, don't trust the people that sell the bullets and the Band-Aids.
Oh, you don't.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that definitely makes sense. Ooh.
Nope. Syncope is a significant sudden drop in blood pressure and cause fainting. Can
Ah.
also cause
Oh,
Convulsions.
convulsions.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
yeah,
So yeah, adding the salt helped. That's fantastic.
that
And you
is
didn't
bad.
need a pill for that. So
Nope.
well done on figuring
So,
that out.
yeah, I have the bad news for you is even though it went away, you didn't do it right because you didn't take drugs. So the doctors aren't going to be happy with you. Yeah.
Believe it or not, bone broth helps with nerve damage pain too.
I
Good to
believe it.
know. Thank you,
I believe it.
Sandra. Yeah.
Yeah, it fixes the myelin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you've sold me on my bone broth idea, my theory. I'll be continuing this, not a problem. Hi guys. Feeling like I've got no hope, but Carnivore community gives me a ray of hope. Oh,
Yep.
absolutely. This is the community to be in. If you failed everything else and having trouble sticking to things, this is the best community. And I was never one to reach out for help. I do things on my own, and I failed all my life. Now, with the support of this community, I'm kicking goals, and yeah, we can too.
The Carnivore
job.
community is the gold class of communities. I've been saying it for months now. They are gold class. And yeah, please reach out. Don't feel you have to do this alone because you just are not alone. You're not.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, I'm struggling with eating enough fat. Does anyone else have this issue? Any suggestions beside the expensive cuts of meat? Oh,
Hello.
Yeah, tallow has been my go-to. Like
Yep.
right now, and you're talking to a guy that has probably eaten 1,200 ribeyes in the last 15 months, and I love ribeyes, and I'm not joking. I think that's my real number. I was kind of doing the math, but I think now I like the tallow so much and how it makes me feel. And one of the ways I like to eat the tallow is how the ground beef soaks it up, so it's incredibly cheap. So I use tallow to balance the ratio of fat to protein to a 2-to-1 ratio. So now I just get the 7 pounds of ground beef from Costco, and I cook all that at the same time, and then I end up putting about 1,500 grams of tallow in with that, and I mix it up, and then it turns into pemmican. You let it cool down to pemmican, and I quite enjoy that. I'll eat it with a little bit of Tabasco hot sauce or something because I like the vinegar in the hot sauce because it helps emulsify that fat. So all of a sudden, when I eat vinegar and tallow and beef together, I feel like I just had a Red Bull or energy drink or something. I'm just pumped up.
I found early on because I'm a baby here. I've only been on this for about 3 months. I had to really take it easy because with respect to bathroom trips, they are somewhat atomically interesting. So what I've actually found that it's taken that 3 months for me to get used to the fat that I was having.
Right.
I'm not quite there yet, but now that my system has sort of settled down a little bit, I have been starting to crave more fat. So I'm going with it. I'll find that threshold. I'll find it. And it's just going to take a little time for me to get the body used to it, because it's never really been in this situation before. So, but yeah, I've increased it by butter. I love butter. Love butter.
Absolutely. There we go.
How would you raise your fat other than just fatty meat? Thank you for this. So yeah, back to tallow. I've been using a lot of tallow too, just replacing some of the butter. I have it in my bone broth now, obviously, but yeah.
I find myself eating more tallow now than I do butter.
Yep, absolutely.
I mix the tallow in with my scrambled eggs in the morning when I have eggs.
Absolutely.
I take a scoop of it, mix it in there, and eat it. It's awesome.
Yep. If I'm making eggs by myself, I do it with tallow. If I'm making them for mom, she likes the butter taste better. Yeah. But I feel better on the tallow, so I eat the tallow in the eggs. I eat the tallow in my burger meat, and then I also fry. So I make pot roast, and I take the chuck roast and I fry it in tallow, and mainly so that the pan gets full of fried tallow and bits of seared meat, and then I rinse that out with bone broth, and I put it in the crock pot and I slow cook it. But then after all that fat renders out of the chuck roast, and with that tallow, I put a little bit of xanthan gum to emulsify the bone broth and the fat together. So instead of just having the fat floating on top of the broth, it makes just a wicked killer brown gravy. So tasty.
Naughty girl.
Well,
I've just been told. I don't know what to say.
Sandra, I have a very close buddy who is looking at losing his legs to diabetes, and he won't have a bar of it. There's nothing you can do but hope. Yeah.
Well, try the football analogy.
That could do it. Football analogy. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe it'll give him a laugh. I don't know. It's so sad. I mean, I wish that wasn't the world we lived in, but this is the dark truth about how addictive the drugs are that they are peddling as food in our stores. That's not food. It's not nutrition, and it's killing people. And they put little cute pink bunnies and rainbows on it, put it in breakfast cereal, and pretend like this is a little joke. And it has caused more death and destruction than communism, right? People don't get that, and we have to put it in the right context so that people stop looking at this like it's some cute decision that they get to play with and make. It's not.
Hello, Lindy, Odyssey, Michael, Todd, everyone. Hi, Mama Cracker.
Hey, Mama.
Nice to have you. Yeah.
There we go.
Sugar is more addictive than cocaine.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you say to those people that say that sugar is not addictive? Like, seriously?
It is.
Why do
Well,
people...
I have a word, but we're on a live stream. I'll just use what they use here in Australia. Well, that's just a crock of bull dust.
Yeah.
I learned that really quickly when I started Carnivore, in that, hang on, this is like, sugar is an addiction, just like drugs, just like alcohol, just like nicotine. It's like all of those things. And okay, so that means in that case, I'm always going to be one Hershey's kiss away from falling off the wagon. So it's just better not to have it at all. Right. Okay. Gotcha. Fine. Okay. I'm good now. Now that I understand that. Okay. That's fine.
Right. It's a drug.
Yeah.
And, and the reason why, this is what's funny, is the reason why people get so mad when you say that and you promote diets that take it away. They will sit there and fight you and tell you how to be healthy, you got to have your drug,
No.
Have you ever tried to take away an alcoholic's alcohol,
and see what happens.
yeah, they
Right.
did the same shit.
Right. It's just like taking away somebody's cigarettes that are addicted to it. Here's the problem with sugar. It's in everything. You go to the store, you go buy meat. There's sugar in it. There's corn syrup in it. There's high fructose corn syrup in it. You can't get away from it. Everything you try eating, to me, the worst addiction there is sugar addiction, because they hide it in everything. Your cigarettes have got sugar in it because they know it's going to make you want cigarettes more. It's in everything. You go look at your labels. All you got to do, and they hide it in so many different terms they use, so many different types of ingredients they put it in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's in everything.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do this. Hello from Melbourne.
Hi, Rita.
And I just want to put this up here too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you need it. You need it. It'll help you so much. And
it really will.
thank you so much, Lindy. I don't know. I'm actually holding back tears. I'm finding it very difficult. I may need a minute in a few minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you
I
so
think
much.
we've all cried on this show, so it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Incredible.
You're welcome.
That's awesome, Lindy.
Oh, I don't know how much that helped me. Like at the start of my journey, I wouldn't have survived without my vibration plate, with all the pain in my legs, the lymphedema. It helped me so much. And I know you've been looking at a rebounder, and I don't think I could have done a rebounder back when I started.
No,
so I think
I'd like to think I could, but
oh yeah, like even now, like I struggle to get on it. I should have bought a handle, and I will be doing that in the next week or two. But yeah, it just makes such a difference. Just having that vibration plate, it'll help you so much. Yeah. So go.
Thank you so much.
Dutch Carnivore. Do you go to restaurants? What's your approach to asking for a carnivore meal?
I got that. I'd love to go on this one. I'd love to go on this one. My eldest son is turning 21 in June, and he has decided he wants to go to teppanyaki. I've never been to, not even I've been to teppanyaki. My husband has, and the youngest, but neither my eldest or I have done teppanyaki. I've already called the restaurant, and I said, okay, these are my dietary requirements. What do you cook your meat in? And they said, oh, we use canola oil. I said, well, I'm sorry, I can't have that. I said, what can you do to help me out here? Because this is what I eat, meat. That's it. Meat and fish and chicken. That's it. That's all I can have. I said, but it cannot be cooked in any kind of seed oil. If you've got tallow or butter, then good. No problems. Oh, we don't use that. That's fine. Lucky, very, very lucky. They said, well, look, what we're going to do is we do clean the plates between each service. What we'll do is we will cook your order first on a clean plate without anything on it, and then we'll cook everybody else's after that. I said, right, couldn't ask for more. You got to ask. Don't leave it to chance, folks. And this is what, like, if you are not entirely sure, ask. If you don't want to ask, don't go. Because you cannot guarantee they're not going to use seed oils. You just can't.
I did see a pretty cool thing. Somebody put out a little card, like a business card, that said, I'm allergic to these seed oils, I'm allergic, and basically put all the crap on there. And they hand it to the waiter, and they take it back to the chef and say, if you can't guarantee that none of this is on here, I don't want your food, basically. And
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, so that was awesome. Let me go to the next one. Thank you. Very nice. There we go.
Dave Mack just showed Australian Diabetes Association changing their tune. So there's hope. Okay. I haven't seen that one.
I saw it this morning. I'm like, oh, this is huge. They're working in with, can't remember what it is, but they're basically starting to think, oh, maybe this low carb thing, there's something in it. Gee, you don't say. But yeah, it's a big, big deal. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Wow, good to know.
Mm.
Well, hopefully the other associations will follow suit, like the lymphedema one, because I was shocked when I saw the diet on their website. I thought, really? It's all the stuff on that list is what gives me inflammation and edema. So, like, no.
Yeah, you read these things and you just go, what? It's like last week when I was talking about the information leaflet that my husband was sent home with for his kidney stones. I mean, he got rid of them within a month, but the information, I'm like, wait, look, I've only been on this 3 months, but even I know this ain't right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it just ain't
scary.
right. Oh, no.
Yeah. What's Todd up to? Deep in thought.
Well, he's up to something. He looks like
Work.
he's up to he's causing trouble.
Did you want to drive some comments, Michael? Do you know where we're up to?
There you go. I got you right there. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. Hi,
I was
Vandy. Yes, so true. Easy to stay carnivore when there is a life or death to face. Yeah.
Stakes are higher.
They are.
That's the wake up call. It's sad, but sometimes that's the wake up call that some people need to have. Life and death. Yep. I know that's what I needed. I know where I was at.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's just unfortunate that some of our loved ones are going to get there and we can't do a whole lot. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just going to be one of those things where we're just going to have to lead by example. It's just going to be the way it is. You got the next one?
I got it.
Yes, for people without addiction, normal dopamine levels are 50 to 100. For people with addiction to sugar, they get a dopamine spike of 900, like heroin. A huge reason it is so addictive.
Oof, absolutely.
Shiver me timbers. Wow. Didn't realize it was that high.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I didn't want to say anything, but somebody is actually promoting a sugar diet at the moment. I'm not going to say names, but that's scary,
I'll say it. Cole the Short Bus Robinson.
Oh. I can't believe people watch that guy.
He's been having a few digs at me recently, and it's like people in the comments are saying, haven't you heard of Limitless Lindy? She's actually doing it. And he hasn't said anything about it, but other people are just, and it's like, this is sustainable. He's saying carnivore's not sustainable and you need to have sugar. And it's like, yeah, if I have a little bit of sugar, that puts me back on my spiral. And, look, he may be great at what he does for people in his lane, fitness and whatever. Have your carbs, do whatever, you work out heaps. It's, you're not addicted like we are. We've got an issue, whether it be hormonal or whatever, food triggers us. So stay in your lane and we've got this. Look at us. We're doing so well. Another thing is picking up with me is thyroid issues. I had my thyroid issues like 35 years ago. That's when they were diagnosed. I've been carnivore 2 years. So carnivore did not cause my thyroid issues. So I just thought I'd make that clear if he's watching. So
good for you, sweetheart.
Sugar diet. Sorry, not for me.
Nah, me either. Stuff that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, eggs do soak up the tallow. I love it. I'll cook 18 eggs and then I'll take 4 ounces of the butter for Mom and I brown it, and man, it soaks it up beautifully. But same with tallow, and it just soaks it up and it's fantastic. All right, moving along.
I'm still struggling with eating fat, but eating it cold helps. Yeah, for sure. Rendered fat does cause disaster pants, so stay away from rendered fat. But yeah, cold fat is a lot easier to get down.
Absolutely. That was the trick for me. That's why when I make the hamburger, I don't cook the hamburger in the tallow. I cook the hamburger and then I take it out. I put the tallow on the hamburger and it melts down with the residual heat of the hamburger. And that is much better. Once I cook it, I mean, that's gonna go through me. So
I love you all. You bring me such inspiration and peace. Oh, thank
Aw.
you.
I appreciate it so much.
Hi, just switched from Homestead How. Oh, we were with him again. We always seem to, yeah.
I figured as much because I'm like, man, nobody was coming in on my channel tonight. Everybody hates me. Like, why?
Yeah.
What did I say? But yeah, for sure that I realized, oh, that's what's going on. But shout out
What
to
brand
Carrie.
of tallow? Yeah, go shout out to Kerry. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Carrie at Homestead How. Definitely go follow him. He's amazing channel, guys. He's doing the Healing Humanity documentary with
Yeah.
Adam at Carnivore today. Definitely support those guys.
Respect.
Yeah.
What brand of towel? I do the Chicago brand of the Wagyu beef towel.
South Chicago Packing.
Yep.
And I do Tassie tallow, Tasmanian. Yeah. It's all grass fed. So if you're in Australia, that's a really good one to get.
That's awesome.
I'm not at tallow stage yet. Not quite yet.
Yeah, no worries. Lady Casca, that's crazy. I didn't realize there was sugar in cigarettes, but that was the other way I was able to quit smoking, was to eat sugar. But now I don't smoke anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And it's super fine. It's even worse, and it's going right into your lungs.
Yep. 110%. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. I think most of the problem with people trying carnivore was the vilification of fat. Yeah. For the first year and a half, I still restricted fat because I was in the mentality that fat makes you fat.
And it was bad for you. Yep.
Yeah, I lost a lot of hair and once I increased the fat last November, I lost a lot more pain that I was still struggling with pain, especially in my hip. That started to go down and my hair has now stopped falling out. So now I'm hoping it'll reverse and it'll thicken up again and get a lot healthier. But fat's definitely, and I'm continuing to drop weight while I'm increasing the fat. So don't fear the fat.
Let's see here. Bam.
Oh, thank you, Rich.
Cheers.
Nah, just I'm on a mission to find optimal health.
Doing amazing.
I apologize to my adult children as I taught them to eat the way I was taught using food pyramid. Now I'm trying to convince them to change. It's not your fault.
Yeah, not your fault, love.
Not your fault.
No.
Blame the people who came out with the food pyramid.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
for
it's not
sure.
our parents' fault, or we've all been, we've all been.
There wasn't a nutritionist in sight when they made that pyramid. Apparently, it was just all food company.
For
Not
sure.
a nutritionist in sight.
Well, I mean, they're still doing it. They're putting Fruit Loops as the best, healthier than meat right now. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we're under attack. We are at war. And there's no any other way to look at it. We are under attack. We're at war, and they're coming for our kids. They're coming for our, our health, and we just have to know that, and we'd have to fight it. It's not cute, right? It's not the cute little. Oh, but they're cookies. They're cookies. They're birthday cakes. It's the little thing you should do with your kids when you get them home from school. That's how they're going after us.
Yeah.
Just literally, instead of thinking about it as sugar, think about it as meth. Oh, but it's cookie meth. It's cookie birthday cake. It's so stupid. It's literally that dangerous.
Yeah. Hi, big man Alaska. Todd's got a shadow on his chin.
Sorry, I gotta fix these lights. They're in a bad. Thanks for noticing, Eagle Eye.
I like the fact that it's only one chin. We're not the double chins anymore.
Do this now without hearing myself.
we got the gooseneck now. Turkey neck, but it's not double.
Oh, goodness.
Hi, Cynthia. Lots of people can have alcohol. About 20% are addicted. Some for sugar addiction. Same for sugar addiction. Yeah. Yeah. some people can moderate alcohol and then others can't, and it's the same with sugar.
See, I
There's
nailed
no-
it. He was up to no good. I knew he was up to no good.
I was
Todd,
typing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No worries.
You're welcome. You deserve it. You
Yep.
deserve it. Thank you.
Oh,
Little help for
Lorella.
the vibration plate. I highly recommend it.
Sweetheart.
Ever since I have it, I use it every day. I can't remember the last time I had any leg pain. Amazing stuff.
Thank
See?
you so much. My God.
So good.
Yeah. Hi, Adam. Just want to say thanks. Reversed my gastric bypass March 28th after dealing with strange blood work. No longer have to carry a bottle of potassium chloride powder. The greatest I've ever felt.
Nice.
I didn't realize you could reverse them.
I didn't know you could either. That's
I can't
No,
hear
I
you,
didn't.
Michael.
I said it. I guess it depends on the type it is. If you have the sleeve, they can reverse that.
oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome. Well, great work. That's incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. Lindy, I happened on an outlet store the other day that had a rebounder in the window. It's a no-name brand with springs. They gave me a deal, $80. It seems to work fine and isn't very noisy. Excellent. How are you finding it? You're enjoying it?
Yeah, love to hear.
Yeah.
We should do that for everybody. I don't know, in the week or two, you should do like an episode and get people to ring in. Maybe even hop on the show if they've been doing the rebounding for a week or two and see how they're doing now, how they like it.
Yeah.
That'd
We
be
get a
great.
lot of people in our Meat Sisters group that are putting videos up of their rebounding and enjoying it.
That's
So it's
awesome.
taking off. I think Midlife Carnivore she's doing a challenge at the moment on her YouTube channel, and she just rebounds and talks on her latest video. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Michael, I like that you said earlier the body lets the weight go. I never heard it that way. Diets always seem to take like a person's mindset, not body wisdom. Thank you. Yeah.
So we got to stop thinking that
We
fat
are in
is the
control.
cause.
Yeah.
Well, that too. But that fat is the cause of disease. It's not. Fat is a parallel symptom of disease, right? The same thing that's making us sick is the same thing that's making us fat, but the fat is not the causation for being sick. In fact, it's likely helping us. Our body's storing those oxalates and those toxins and that poison in the fat that's kind of helping us from getting even sicker. So we got to stop thinking that the fat is what's making us sick. I love Gary Taub always said that, blaming fat and cholesterol for making us sick is like blaming the firemen for the buildings that burn down because they're always at the scene of the crime. They're not the cause, Homemade
Amen,
towel.
Helen. I'm not that good yet. It requires too much effort for me.
Exactly.
Maybe something you could try for your cooking channel.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to take a quick break? And there we go. All right, we'll do that. Be right back with you. All right. Let's see, go on to the next comment. Big Man Alaska.
Did increasing the fat improve hair loss? I know a woman suffered and missed you discussing the topic. Yes, it stopped I was falling out up until November when I started to increase the fat and I was having butter, but now I'm onto tallow and my hair has stopped falling out. So definitely works. Don't restrict your fat. Causes a lot of issues. Yeah.
And it helps with
You can't
brain
really
too.
see it, but I got a little bit of hair coming back, and it's pretty incredible. That's been
Yeah.
gone since I was 18. It really does help. The amino acids, the fat, absolutely.
Definitely check out Dr. Bright. She talks a lot about fat and having a high fat diet for women. So Dr. Bright's a good resource for your friend.
Awesome.
Christine, I'm also struggling with pain in my hands, hips, and knees. While it's better, but I have a ways to go. I quit drinking coffee today, as someone said it can cause inflammation in some people. Yeah, I've heard that too. But high fat probably help as well. If you're restricting that, don't.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what's weird? It's been kind of interesting, but so I stalled out on the weight loss through the winter. Did everything trying to get out of it. I started doing fat, the 2-to-1 fat ratio. And then I started oxalate dumping. And as soon as I started oxalate dumping, I got sore ankles and sore knees again. And I didn't realize it right away, but then I recognized it as oxalate dumping. And that's also when I got COVID. I caught COVID again. It's the first time I've ever been sick. And I was kind of researching, and some people say that oxalate dumping will cause you to kind of it kind of brings down your immune system for a minute. So I guess my point is that this is why we don't just dump all the weight so quick. This is why our body is stubborn holding on to that weight. There's a lot of oxalates and toxins in that fat
getting released. Yep.
Yeah, and it wants to make sure that you are healthy and in a good position to be able to weather that storm when it pushes that out. So it took me stalling out and eating that fat and eating priming and eating a lot of food over the winter before it decided I was healthy enough for it to go down that road. And sure enough, when I started ox dumping, I got I got a cold, sick because my immune system went down. I really started thinking about that because with that cold that I just went through, also I had like oxalate dumping on my legs, and I had in my stomach, got real itchy, got some rashes, and I got pain in my joints, and I was like, oh, like long after and before, not just from the cold. So I really do think that's what it was.
Yeah. I find some days I really enjoy my fat and other days I just don't want it. So I listen to my body now, and on the days that I don't really feel like it, it might just sounds awful, I won't have that fat. So hopefully you can get to a stage where you can listen to your body as well. And I wouldn't be forcing it if you really can't, if you really don't want it. Maybe it's your body telling you you don't need the fat now. Went to my first meetup yesterday. So funny to see everyone asking for the fat trimmings.
Well, I bet
Oh,
they're
yeah.
fighting over them, man.
Exactly. I would be at the front of the line. Just give me the fat trimmings.
First thing you ask for.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
guess that
good.
was Kip's meetup. Was that yesterday?
I think it was, yeah, because I think
Yeah.
Carnivore Scott was at Kips there, so that's awesome.
Wow.
Let's see here.
Do you suspect your fat tolerance with regards to cooked hot fat might be better when your health improves more? Well, I don't have a gallbladder, and at the start, for like 6 months, I struggled with any fat. But now I could have rendered fat and it doesn't hit me as hard. But some days it does. So, yeah, I don't know. It has improved for sure.
I think it's
And
the
I don't know
amount.
why on some days it's, better than others. So,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
for me, it's the amount that I eat because, I'm a big guy and I'm trying to get, I'm not eating 3 or 4 times a day, but I have a certain protein, that I need to get down in a day. I'm trying to get at least 150, if not 200 grams of protein in a day. And so if I'm going to do a 2-to-1 fat ratio on the protein, uh, and fat, it gets tricky. And so I just need all the help that I can get to not cause a nuclear reaction. And so I think that's all that it is for me. I think it's just a little bit more volume than my body wants to handle right now. But since I've been kind of training it with non-rendered fat, or I don't know what not cooked fat, and the cold tallow, I have found that my tolerance for it has greatly improved, you know? So just like Lindy was saying there too. There we go.
What is Todd's ground beef to tallow ratio?
Well, that's for pemmican. So that's tricky, but I mean, it's basically 2-to-1 protein, but saying it ground beef is like, depends on what you're, like I do the 8812 ground beef from Costco. And so I can tell you that for 28 grams of 8812, that's going to have 150 grams of protein in it, which is going to have 98 grams of fat in it, which means I need to get a total of 300 grams of fat. So I'll add 202 grams of tallow fat to the 28 ounces of 88-12 ground beef, if that makes sense. So it depends on what fat ratio your ground beef already is, and then you have to make up for it. Hey, there she is.
Howdy,
Hey.
Howdy, howdy. There we go.
Todd, you are so right. Re-fat. I haven't had much fat. Organs have taken a huge hit from meds.
And so I bet so. I bet so. Because all those medications, all those toxins and stuff, I think it's, it gets, our fat is there to, to kind of weather that storm for us. It's really quite an amazing thing. I just noticed that, the people that are really fat they have the same problem that people that have autoimmune diseases and everything else. But I think we're actually kind of lucky because our body fat saves us from having like an autoimmune disease or cancer, MS, or neuropathy or breakdown of the myelin. Like it's saving us from being poisoned. We
Yeah.
hate being fat, but it's actually doing us a favor.
I got used to Rebounder and I'm loving it. Thanks to Lindy for sending me the Rebounder direction. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you're getting some benefits out of it. It's awesome to hear.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I do jump jacks for my rebounding. If it works, good on you. Good job.
Absolutely.
Yay.
I'm just trying to picture what would happen if I was able to do jumping jacks right now. All of me would be just doing jumping jacks. It would be a disaster. It really would. It would be a disaster.
If I get out of rhythm, my belly's gonna knock me out.
Yeah.
Well, I've got two other things that'll knock me out before the belly does. I'm just saying.
Todd's got them
Fact.
too.
Yeah, for sure.
I got them.
They're moves. You're not alone. Once you get to a certain threshold, it's no longer.
You got 'em.
Yeah, as just happens.
Just watch our intro. You can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christine, I've also heard black pepper could cause inflammation. Is that true? I think Todd's your man for
100%.
that.
It's
Off you go.
the skin on the black pepper. Switch to white pepper if you still want to use pepper.
Yep. I cannot tolerate any black pepper. If I do, my lungs start wheezing. I get all inflamed, and yeah, black pepper is an absolute no-go for me.
Yeah, I can't touch it either.
Yeah.
Dutch Carnivore. Instead of rendering tallow or buying it, I just cut a piece from the kidney fat and use it to fry meat right away.
Nice. That's awesome. Sounds delicious.
Oh, I have new baby hairs. Excellent, Astira.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to go to my hairdresser because she'll be able to see. I can't see at the moment, but hopefully she can say, "Oh, you got some hair coming through." That's what I'm hoping for.
That's
Wish me luck.
incredible.
Yeah. Rebounder. I've only had it for 2 days, but I've had fun so far. I like putting dance music on while I do it and try to do sprinting for 30 seconds at the end. No aches and pains so far. That's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
For the last few seconds, I try and sort of, just pump it up a little bit as well until I
give it a yaw, right?
Yeah, why not? Just finish off with a bang. Good on you. Good job, Brenda.
Way good.
Oh, there you
There's
go.
a message that goes with that too.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you
awesome.
so much. Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Thank
We'll
you
get
guys
you
so
going.
much.
My back posture is perfect now because of inflammation being cured. For probably 15 years, my posture was bent forward, like from being in a car seat too much.
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool. Great
Still
job.
working on that one myself. Yep, I know what that's like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, I finally got lost enough weight to have a good bed. Got a good bed. My back started hurting. I'm like, what in the world is this? Well, what I didn't realize was my back was straightening out finally, and my body was not digging it. But I had to fight through that for about 3 weeks, And once I came on the other side, I realized that, I've had terrible posture from all this weight and inflammation for so long
Yeah.
that the straightening out is pretty fantastic, because when it starts to straighten out, then you have better center of balance. Everything's like just ergonomically a lot more in line. You get better balance. You have better range of motion. Just better control. It's just way more strength. It's stamina. It's pretty incredible. So congratulations on that for sure.
Vitamin D, vitamin K2, and omega-3 are all anti-inflammatory and fat-soluble. Potassium citrate helps the body get rid of excess fluid and alkalines the body from sugar. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that electrolyte mix. My husband and I are going to be doing that this week. Potassium citrate's in it.
That is
Nice.
awesome.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Did I catch up on the starred comments? Wow.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Let's see here.
I broke my back way too young. 26 lifetime of surgeries and mitigation. Oh, Sandra.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Somebody's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Stuart.
Yes, sir. Congratulations,
I?
Esther.
Yes.
it's a birthday. May I?
Yes, go for it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dearest Sarah. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Yay.
It's awesome.
Beautiful.
Well done. That's awesome.
Have a great day, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Man, did we run you guys out of questions? You don't have anything else? You're gonna make. Let's see.
Lots of happy birthdays coming up
Oh,
now.
yes, here they come. Happy
Yes.
birthdays. Whee! Nice.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Also, I'd love to know if you're new to this channel or if you are just tuning in for the first time. Love to see that. Let's see here.
I suffered with bad acne most of my life and always blamed sugar and chocolate. Turns out it was the black pepper. As soon as I stopped consuming it, my skin cleared out.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
But how could it be? It's a vegetable. This is like, come on, people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you eat a lot of black pepper too, so just that small trace of it is enough to cause skin, acne. That's scary.
Yeah.
What else is it doing?
Hey, Lucci. I remember Lucci straightened me out that he's not a chick. It's Lucci. So I remember I thought it was Lucy, and so I was saying her. I appreciate it. How are you, Lucci?
Hi, Kathy. How long did it take you to know you were a fat burner, and how did you know?
Well, when you are burning fat, you're going to know it. Because one, you're going to feel better, and two, your breath is going to smell like you licked a cat's butthole.
And you'll have a taste in your mouth.
Yeah, you're going to have a taste in your mouth when you get the ketone breath. It ain't going to be pretty. But it gets better, but it's going to be a little bit rough for a minute. But yeah, you're going to know when you're there, and you're going to know the feeling, but it takes a little bit of time at first, but you're going to get happier. You're going to get calmer. Your mood's going to be calmer. You're just going to notice you have more patience. Little things start coming on, and then you really get to recognize that. And I don't know, I always recognize when something happens and it feels different, I don't recognize it immediately. But then when I get knocked out of ketosis after I was in it, then you'll know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'll really know. Yep. How about for you guys?
Yeah, same. I find that I found this time like itchy.
Mm-hmm.
I was itchy, and I felt my body temperature was just that little bit higher.
Right.
Yeah.
I get like you know, the difference between having the fan on low at night as opposed to having it full pelt right on number 3, because I'm like, yeah, and the breath thing, yeah.
The taste in your mouth. Yep.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, though, and I mentioned this early on, is that, you know, when you're just eating meat, all that other stuff like the sugar, carbs, and all of that jazz, you're removing the noise so that your body can communicate with you better.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well done on the birthday song.
Oh, very nice.
Let's see here. I'm looking.
He's not so cranky, is he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it blows me away that the cravings went away. Food freedom.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible.
And that's when you truly see it, when you get to the other side, on how bad it really was.
It was only a short disco. I got it worked out. I won't do that to you guys anymore. I had technical difficulties.
So Todd, Todd et al., what do you think about doing some fat confusion periodization, like 300 grams one day, 100 the next, etc.? It works for muscles.
That's a good question. I don't know. I do. Here's what happens when I have not enough fat. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get hungry, and then I eat more protein. And what happened? So a guy I was talking to in the Baker group said something very, very interesting, because he's been tracking this for a long time, and he said, you know, I'm still healing up, you know, a compromised lymphatic system, and so that means it makes it a little harder for me to access stored fat, right? And to be efficiently fat adapt. Not that it's impossible, but it makes it a little bit, you know, there's a little bit of resistance there. And he said what happens to people is they get away with eating lean protein at first because the process of gluconeogenesis is not very efficient in the body, right? But the more that you eat carnivore, the more that these things heal up, and then your body becomes efficient again at gluconeogenesis. So then when you're having lean protein, your body will, you know, you can only absorb so much protein. And for me, I happen to know it's between 60 and 70 grams of protein in a single meal. And if I eat much over 60 to 70 grams of protein now in a single meal, my body takes that excess protein and it kicks in gluconeogenesis, and it will start producing glucose out of that protein, and it knocks me out of ketosis and it spikes my insulin. So I have to be careful, because now if I take the fat away, I'm hungry, and I don't want to be hungry. And also, it's not, you know, it's not what we're looking for. And also, so if I eat more protein, I'm gonna have a glucose spike, basically. So I don't know. I don't know if it works that way or not. Now, I do expect that that's going to go away as the more that my lymphatic system heals up. I think that it'll be able to access stored body fat. You know, because I really think it's a path of least resistance issue. I think that it goes to gluconeogenesis to make fuel if I don't have the dietary fat, because it doesn't get to the stored fat as easily. I think that's something that goes on there. And that was after having a pretty interesting conversation with a fellow over at Dr. Baker's group. So, but you could be right. It might be something to play with. It's kind of interesting thought, though.
Hey, B-Dog, lots of people think I'm a guy, but I'm just a grandma with a funny nickname for Mike. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought you were a dude.
I will admit,
Yeah. It's kind of a cool name. I love it, though. Good
Very
on
cool
you.
name. That's funny.
Oh. Without modern transportation, we would have had very little vegetables. Broccoli is one of the worst. They need to get it refrigerated very quickly after picking. Imagine carting that on a horse and buggy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and if
No.
anybody wants to think about how incredibly, effective propaganda is, think about this. They've sold us on the fact that eating the vegetables that taste like a fart, literally is more healthy than eating meat. How stupid is that? I was just listening to a guy talk about that, and he's right. My whole life, when I smell broccoli being cooked, it makes the whole house smell like farts. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you eat it and you get gassy and you get diarrhea. And it's just like, this is so stupid. The propaganda is so bad that they've talked us eating vegetable farts. It's crazy.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, when you sort of like you have kids and stuff, and you're putting them on solids and stuff. What happens when you give a young kid, when you're introducing them to food? How long have kids been going
Right.
when you've been trying to put vegetables in their gob?
Yep.
And how long have they been going num 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 fruit, sugar, num 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 num?
Yeah.
And then what happens at 2? The terrible 2s. Have a think about why that happens, folks. Because they start eating the things that mummy and daddy used to be eating.
Yeah.
All the preservatives, all the sugar, all the carbs, and all the that, and all the rubbish.
Makes sense.
You're going to get a kid who's going to drop to the ground and have a tantrum when they can't have their favorite box of cereal.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was 30. I
mean,
get my
same.
pizza.
Me too.
Right. No, that's a good point for sure. I've had some I've definitely had some temper tantrums when I couldn't get to the pizza or whatever, when my brain was freaking out. For sure. Made me want to kick and scream on the ground.
That hangry feeling.
Yep.
Do you recommend drinking lots of water? Some people don't recommend it.
Man, I try. So now that I don't drink near as much water as I used to because I was using it as a crutch for a while. But I just think do whatever feels natural at first, and then when your body heals up, it's gonna regulate it. Like I was drinking 2.5 gallons of water at a time. Then I started doing a bunch of fasting, and then I was down to like 30 ounces a day. And now I just do whatever seems right when I'm doing it. And like today, today I'm having a fair amount more water, but I also just went through 6 days of fasting where I almost drank nothing. And so I think it's just making it up for it. I was only drinking, I drank at less than probably a tenth of what I'd been drinking before during that 6 days of fasting. So no, I think you just got to listen to your body, and you're going to get it worked out. You're going to regulate. I wouldn't force anything. If you're thirsty, drink,
Yeah, I don't drink a lot. I never have. Or maybe when I was having the sodas and stuff, because it's like you couldn't stop at one. It was just that addiction. You just want to take that sweet taste would just make you crave more. But now, like I've got this on my soda stream, I just have that plain water with a few bubbles, and it might take me 2 or 3 days to drink that. I will have my bone broth in the morning, and at night time I might have a peppermint tea. But that's it. I don't drink anything else because I'm not thirsty, but I don't force it. Just drink when I need it.
Yep.
Yeah. I might have maybe one or two of these a day, maybe.
Yep.
But I want to drink more. Like I maybe have 2 of these a day. If I want, maybe sometimes it's only 1. But I basically on 1st of January, I gave up even those diet drinks. They were gone. Like Pepsi Max, all of that gone. I even gave up like the sweetener tablets that have got maltodextrin in them. Don't fall for the maltodextrin. It's a trap. Big trap. I went to monk fruit. I started 3 months ago. It was like 3 teaspoons of monk fruit in my coffee. Now it's like maybe one teaspoon. I've cut it right down because I've got my taste buds used to this.
Yeah.
if I taste sugar, it's not because it spikes anything. It's just like, oh, I can't handle that.
Yeah.
It's not a, oh, gosh, that's nice. It's a, oh. If it's anything sweeter, it's a bit much for me. I can't handle it.
I
So,
put this on there, but I don't know. That's a weird symptom.
The burning ring of
Wow.
confidence, eh?
At least you know.
Well, a sign
Exactly.
is a sign. A
Yeah.
sign is a sign.
I think you drew bad on your triggers, but we'll take it. So
I have watched one video with all of you yesterday. Then I saw a listing for this live. Super excited to be here. Joined SBG yesterday also. Oh,
Awesome.
Nice.
yay. We'll see you in the meeting.
Yep.
Hopefully I can attend tomorrow. I've been missing them because I've been with my daughter, so it's hard to get into the meetings. But I do miss them when I'm not there.
you need community, and you need to be able to just stay immersed in like-minded, like goal-oriented people. And it's very, very helpful.
Yeah. Are you telling what I thought were hot flashes may not be, but are something else? They call it the meat sweats, don't they? I've heard that being thrown around quite a few times, that your body's working really hard to metabolize or digest the meat and you might get a bit of a hot flash. But
Yeah,
then
I
you've
just
got
wasn't sure.
menopause as well. So
Yeah, I wasn't sure what hot flash you're talking about. I mean, shoot, I used to get hot flashes after I'd finished my second pepperoni pizza back in the standard American days. So,
Yep.
depends on which one you're talking about, I guess,
yeah.
Yes. My new air fryer came today. Congratulations.
Nice birthday present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect
yeah.
timing.
That's awesome. Let's see here. Oh, there you go. A little more help.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
Rock the
you. Thank you,
Casbah.
Casper.
Thank you so much, darling.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
so
Thank
much.
you so much. There you
Oh,
go. That's awesome.
Penny's a mighty motivator. Guys, check out Deanna with block therapy, such a help to release adhesions along with my vibration plate. But she always says it's not about weight, it's size and shape.
Is that the gal that Adam just did interview with on lymphedema?
Let me have a look.
Is
I
her
just
name
get a
Siobhan?
message. No, he did an
No?
interview yesterday, which I think is going live today.
I think it's
No, Leslyn Keith is the one that he interviewed.
okay. Leslie Keith.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Well, that's very interesting. I'll have to remember that. Diana with block therapy. All right.
How about salt? Steak and Butter Girl does it without salt. What was your reaction to salt intake? Apparently, she did a video last night, and I think I saw a comment before saying that we should stop salt. But some days I love my salt. I just want it, and I'll have it. And then other days I just don't feel like it, so I won't. So I listen to my body in regards to salt. I'm trusting that my body knows what it wants.
Yeah.
The salt the best.
So at the first of the year, I did a 90-day lion diet challenge, and I started salt-free. That was a mistake. I got terrible brain fog. I couldn't recall like word recognition. So I was having real trouble. So that was not for me. So definitely have eaten my salt. However, I will tell you this: the more that I fast, the less salt I seem to have a taste for. So I think what everybody says about literally listen to your own taste buds on salt and your body will regulate it. I think that is correct. That's my personal opinion on it.
I've always loved salt. I've always loved it.
But I think Bella's 6 years into her journey, so maybe things are changing as you get higher up in your years.
Not only that, but before Bella was vegan.
Yeah.
She didn't eat salt on when she was vegan either. So she's been not eating salt for a very, very long time. So there's something
Yeah.
now. Chafee recently went salt free too. I think when did Chafee do that? Like 6 months ago?
Yeah. I'm
Not
not
sure.
sure.
I think
Mm.
so. But how long Chafee's been whoa, wow, that almost he'd about roll over. He's almost been carnivore, I think, for like 6 or 7 years, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. A bit longer.
It's not sustainable, is it?
Not at all. And he just went salt free. So I think there's something there. I think you got to get satiated. I think it's just like anything else, but once you get satiated and you get healthy, I think you have a less of a demand for it. I think. But I think do what your body wants right now. That's the beauty of the carnivore diet. It's elimination diet, and it also gets, before I couldn't listen to my body because my body was a crackhead because it was addicted to sugar, and my body just told me to eat 3 pizzas and wash it down with 2 liter Coca-Cola. But once you finally break the addiction, you can start listening to your body and you can hear it clearly, and then you follow those cues and it really is 100% accurate, in my opinion.
Drink when you are thirsty and don't drink when you're not. Yeah.
Right. Simple as that.
Yep. Easy.
Keep everything simple. Don't overthink anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Moving on to this one.
Hi, Tampa. Scott, what was it? What is that chart thing behind you next to the window? I noticed it in your live last night and forgot to ask. I think she meant Todd.
Todd, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Todd. That is Todd's body mass index chart. Todd, that was my brainchild there. And I decided that I wanted to create a chart. So these little squares right here. Let's see. Maybe we can. I don't know how that works. Can we make me big, Michael, for a
Make you
second?
big.
So these little squares. I don't know. I guess you probably can't see my mouse, but the little blue squares inside the big squares are 1 inch squares. The black squares are 1 foot squares. The red line in the center is the center of the chart. And I stand in front of it and take pictures because it shows me body composition changes. So it shows me where I'm getting smaller.
That's genius.
Yeah. And so I built that on my computer and I had it laminated and I hung it up. And I just take pictures in front of it every once in a while. That way I can hold, kind of see the changes between the pictures.
Wow. That is
Do
genius.
we have the photo, Michael, that you did of Todd just to show what?
I got a lot of photos of Todd.
Don't get him started. Michael,
Yeah, just to show how that board works. I think it might be interesting for people to see.
I will.
Yeah.
That is genius.
Yeah. And so I had an idea, but I have not kept up on it. But once in a blue moon ago, I was gonna take a daily picture in there and do a time lapse in front of it, so you could watch it shrink over years. But then I hate taking pictures. I didn't do it, but I still use it for standing in front of. And yeah, there you go. So.
Oh, that is a genius idea. I'm sorry, it's just brilliant.
Yeah, it worked out nice, and this is an overlay that he did. Michael made, which is awesome. Which was basically so you can see the size mass that I'd lost, in inches or whatever there. So yeah,
wow,
I know I'm. Well, man, I'd love to see this of Lindy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any photos of me. They all got destroyed. But
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Well, and I totally understand it because I didn't have a bunch of those photos. We never wanted to see that person. We didn't take good photos at all. But okay. Oh, look, there you go.
Oh, thank you, Pa.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks so much. Very much appreciated. Let's see. Am I running? Did I run out of star chats? Let's see.
Yeah, Dr. Chafee doesn't do salt either. I just do it if I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We can't compare our journeys to anyone else. You just do you. Whatever works for you, what's going to keep you on track and it's easy for you to
Yeah.
sustain. We all want to try and be like other people, but it doesn't work that way. So just do you.
Everybody's different.
Brenda. Yeah. When I went to the doctor for the vertigo, she said I wasn't drinking enough water and needed to cut salt. But I knew that I had peed all day and night before it happened.
So vertigo was caused by not drinking enough water?
And too much salt.
And too much salt. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Not too much salt and not drinking enough water would make your sodium higher because you wouldn't wash away the water. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I really think that's why the proper human diet is so important, because that stuff is so tricky, because electrolytes need balance, right? Like, you can get too much sodium because you have low potassium. And if you have low potassium and you have too much sodium, your body won't pee out the sodium, because if it flushes out the sodium, it's going to flush out your remaining potassium. And if your potassium's too low, it's going to make you sick. So your body holds on to water and salt, not because it's trying to hold on to the salt, but because it's not trying not to deplete you in potassium. So, and I think the same thing goes for magnesium. I don't think it's as much of a worry as potassium, but I don't know. So that could be, I guess, but it also could have been, to me, it could have been a potassium shortage or a magnesium shortage. I don't know. These are very individual things, Let's see here. There we go.
I'm ditching the salt as of today too. Bella convinced me to give it a try. I'm going to have to watch Bella's video. I haven't seen it yet, so interesting to see what she says.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have noticed that I tried quitting it. It didn't work for me. My brain was freaked out. But after increasing the fat, I've noticed that my taste for salt has greatly decreased, which is surprising to me.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting too.
You're not going to know until you try it.
Yeah.
No.
Just try.
Exactly.
Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure. Oh, here we go.
Hi, Elizabeth. When Maya takes her photos, she always stands in front of the same door, so you can really see changes as more of the door is visible.
Yep.
Yeah, I wear the same
Great
dress
idea.
as well. I wear the same dress as well.
That's awesome. I can send you this PDF of that chart, and then you can take it to like an Instaprint, and it costs like $60 for them to print it and laminate it, and then you put it on the wall if you like.
That would be epic. Wouldn't mind that, actually.
Yeah.
I just think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it just helps, then in the picture, the red line is just a reference point to try to line up in the same spot so you can get on the same deal there. But let's see here.
Yeah, that's not what causes vertigo. It has to do with a crystal in the ear. Crystals in the ear. I recently had to deal with that as well. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Pays to do your own research, doesn't it?
It does. The doctors would tell you that it's a prescription drug deficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a prescription drug deficiency. Who knew that we're all deficient in all these future to come miracle drugs? That's been the problem the whole time. Yeah, it's amazing we got this far. Oh, these people, these drug companies, it's crazy.
Oh, look, I mean, what I've found out in the last few days, like, with a certain thing that begins with O, it sort of sounds like Australia kind of thing. I'm not going to mention the name, But
You do.
when that's manufactured for a specific use, which I don't even think it should be used for that specific use either. But anyway, to find out that this particular thing has the side effect of losing weight. Okay, it's actually been going on for a lot longer than you realize. For example, one of the things that I found out about Ponderax Paycaps, the appetite suppressants that I was on, it was originally manufactured for kids with Dravet syndrome to help with convulsions and seizures. And it actually says in the original directions and cautions, so to speak, if your child experiences weight loss, please contact your doctor immediately. The side effect was that it was suppressing the appetite. So, okay, well, we can send that out to the masses as an appetite suppressant. So yeah, the recent one isn't the only one. They've been doing it for years.
Exactly.
It's scary.
Let's see here.
Each mineral has a counterpart that buffers each other, like potassium, sodium, magnesium, and calcium, etc. Sodium chloride is harsh on the body and has all the other added minerals that soften it removed. There are calcium deposits that are in the ear that tell your brain which way is up. If they aren't in the right place, your brain gets confused. Oh, interesting.
That's what vertigo is, I think. Yeah.
There are two types of magnesium in Celtic salt that isn't removed, that allows water to enter the cell. Try a few drops of 98 proof alcohol in each ear every day for as long as it takes to see a change. Okay. Yeah, don't drink it.
You're putting it in your ears wrong.
The wrong hole. Okay, I had a crystal in my balance tube, and the doctor claimed it was from dehydration and too much salt. I'm sure it was peeing out the electrolytes from drinking too much water. Oh dear. Yeah. Wow.
So what I'm hearing here, if I'm hearing this correctly, vertigo, which is classified as a psychological phobia, actually isn't a psychological thing at all. It's actually physical. Is that what we're saying here, folks? Is this where we are?
I didn't know that it was classified at that, but yeah, vertigo is definitely physical. Yeah, it's a rupture or that ear canal thing. My brother had that real bad for about 2 years, and it can happen from dehydration, it can happen from an ear infection, it can happen from a fungus. You can get it for a lot of reasons. They want to know if that's a pizza oven or if that's a smoker back there.
Pizza oven, which hasn't been used in 3 months.
Put a steak in there. That might be tasty.
I'll talk to my husband about that.
That could be fun.
Could you smoke stuff in there, like a smoked brisket or something?
I don't think so.
Like a different way? I don't know.
Is that a wood fire? Because it has a stone in there.
Slate in there, probably.
Yeah. It's a gas thing, but you put the pizza on the stones. Yeah, you got to get the oven up to a certain temperature before you can put them in, and all of that. It's a thing, but it has not been used in 3 months.
I bet that would be a fun steak cooker for sure.
Oh yeah.
How do you utilize salt in your diet?
I put it on now. I used to brine all my steaks pre-hand with salt, but now I'm kind of just doing it for finished salt. Like I said, my salt taste has kind of gone down. So now I'm putting it on after as a finished salt, and I'm quite enjoying it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
Yes, it's an infraction. Makes sense. I think it's not. Yeah.
Infection. Yeah.
Infection.
Absolutely physical. Moving on. Oh, can I have several onsets? Okay. Oh, Big Man Alaska's giving you some ideas to use that pizza oven.
What the hell?
Carnivore pizza is
Carnivore
good.
pizza. I wonder what I'll put on that. Meat with maybe some meat.
Pepperonis.
And
Pepperoni.
I'm not
do.
that. Oh, I'm not that encouraged yet. Oh, I don't know.
I haven't.
Maybe later.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's got to be. I might someday. I have an idea for a carnivore pizza that I think would be awesome because I wanted to make one of the chicken crust pizzas, and then I was gonna put for the sauce I was gonna put buffalo wing sauce on there, and then do bacon and do bacon and blue cheese on top of that, and then that would be the pizza, and it would be like a buffalo wing pizza. I think that would be pretty tasty.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Sounds really good. I'd like to
That
order one right
sounds
now.
good. That sounds real good.
30-minute delivery, Todd, or what?
Try to get the 30 minutes or less, or you pay me double.
Yeah, okay.
As you're a long way away. You're out of our service area.
Oh, I've always wondered about searing meat in a pizza oven. Well, when Todd comes to Australia to visit Mywin and I, we'll go to Mywin's house and we'll test it out and do a live video.
Sure, I'm down.
You're on.
For sure.
You're on.
Yeah.
Definitely physical. The doctor moved my head. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Another benefit of carnivore that I've noticed is zero food waste. I often have leftovers, but with having meat, I can have leftovers for my cats if I don't finish it. Yeah.
Win-win.
And I love leftovers heated up in the air fryer because it goes really crispy, and then add a bit of butter or tallow and eat them the next day. It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's no leftovers with her.
We used to have we used to
all the
pay for an
steak.
extra recycle bin back in the day because you have all the takeout boxes and things. So we just didn't. Rubbish gets collected once a week, so we have to have the second big recycle bin. So that's gone now, and we barely fill ours up anymore.
Yep.
Mm.
Let's see. Steak pizza, just add cheese. I'm not scared. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll do it.
We used to get a pizza. This is like 25 years ago. It was from a Spanish pizza, not Spanish, Swedish pizza. And it was steak and gorgonzola cheese. And I used to get that back before I even knew about carnivore. But that was my favorite back then.
Yum.
That's good.
The pizza oven gets to like 1,000 degrees.
Some do.
Yeah, gets pretty hot.
Definitely do. My biofilms. Huh, that's interesting. I'd have to look into that. Yeah, I think it is. I really think that the soil's depleted in minerals. Our food has been screwed with. And I think when at first we use salt like a supplement because we're trying to fill a deficiency. But I think after we all get there, I think the less supplements and less electrolytes and salt that you need, I think it's just a sign that we're all healing up, you know?
Yeah.
And things are getting better, you know?
I made chicken-based crust pizza for my under 350 celebration. Oh, nice.
How was it? Let us know how that was. I've never made it, but I see that and I was just like, that's just screaming for like bacon and, buffalo wing sauce and blue cheese on it. And that would be the bomb diggity.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, if I eat too much salt, my mouth becomes dry.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
Nice.
It looks good. It looks like a real good idea.
It does.
That sounds good. Yeah, the buffalo chicken pizza, I think it would be. I posted a pic on my Facebook channel. I'll have to check that out. That would be awesome.
Biofilms are sentient and defend themselves from eradication. This is the ultimate key to understand how to fight them.
Oh wow, that's
Mm.
awesome. That'd be a fun topic to look up is biofilms.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Wow.
We're talking about carnivore
Interesting.
hacks, carnivore life hacks.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start a new series called Carnivore Life Hacks. Everybody tune in their carnivore life hacks.
Yeah.
I know when Bella's traveling, she boils her eggs in a kettle. I thought that was
Yep.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Yeah. My mum and dad have
Yeah.
done that when mum's been on tour.
Yeah. When
Yep.
you're on the road. Beautiful. Nice hack.
It's like resistance to antibiotics, but on the next level. Oh wow, that's crazy. Look into research on
Toxoplasmosis.
toxoplasmosis. Thank you. I was not going to get that. I was going to give up.
It's only because I've heard the word before, but a long time, distant memory of that word. But obviously, this is why it's been floating around in my head.
Toxoplasmosis. I am going to look these up. That'll be interesting.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I think it would be real good. And seeing as how nobody believes me because I'm procrastinating, but I am going to do some cooking videos. Shut your mouth, Michael.
Oh, I was just gonna say my buffalo chicken pizza should be here in like 25 minutes. Better get going, Todd.
But that is one I was thinking about putting in there because I think a buffalo chicken pizza would be kind of fun one to make. I just have to find a good source of good chicken that's not going to disagree with me. That's the thing.
I'm sure you got some rancher out there.
Well, yeah, I'm either going to get one from a rancher or I'm going to use a turkey, one of the two, because there's not a bunch of difference, you know. It was wonderful. I used Rose's pizza sauce. Yep. Super low carb. The whole pizza was under 6 carbs and I ate only a quarter of it. Well, I can tell you I would be dropping the elbow on that pizza and I'll be
like, fight you for it, huh?
Really, there's going to be no survivors when it comes to that pizza.
It's just so visual for me. So visual.
Heart attack duck soon. Yeah, tell me how the heart attack duck is. I know Rick's big on that one, so I'd love to know how that tastes. The heart attack duck does sound good. You guys ever have Peking duck?
Oh, long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindy, very long time ago. Like we're talking early teens, long time ago.
Wow. It's tasty.
Yeah.
Peking duck's tasty. I wonder if that would be close. Because it's fried in tallow, I believe.
You're welcome,
thanks.
Christine. See ya.
Not a problem.
Thank
See you,
you.
Christine.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Sorry, these are getting too hard for me to read. It's too technical.
When the parasitoid infection penetrates the myelin sheath, they begin to self-regulate the psychology of the host.
That actually sounds really cool because, so the myelin sheath, are you talking about the myelin sheath of the nerves or the brain? Because that's super interesting because you're saying that it can regulate the psychology of the, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, you're talking about like a zombie apocalypse type stuff there when the infection, actually starts to manipulate the brain. That'd be pretty amazing to see. That's crazy.
So many are in those chairs with their phones, just they're just wondering.
Yep.
Oh,
beef tallow, of course. Yeah, the duck with beef tallow, that'd be awesome.
Here's the other thing that causes a lot of problems too that people don't realize: wireless headphones.
No, that doesn't surprise me at all.
You're frying your brain.
Mine are wired.
That's why I only use wired.
Yeah.
Don't use wireless. Especially if they're both wireless, you're sending the signal from one to the other straight through your brain.
Wow.
Let's see. Unless I can get my stomach to stretch, I'll probably have to continue to supplement for the rest of my life due to malabsorption issues from gastric bypass, but also for my stomach won't stretch.
Yeah. I had the lap band surgery, and so I struggle with that all the time. Some days I can eat, and other days everything gets stuck. And I think stress has a lot to do with it, but I don't know how that is different to bypass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I know I'm fighting that with my mom right now. I can't get her to eat even nothing. She's had gastric bypass, and I will never. I understand there's a lot of people in the gastric bypass world, but I would never recommend it because I'm watching it. My mom lost a little bit of weight with it earlier, but now that I'm watching her waste away because she can't eat. And it's crazy.
Yeah. And I just think we have to eat lots of smaller meals throughout the day. We can't sit down and have a big steak in one sitting.
No.
We have to graze all day, and that's the
Yeah.
only way we're going to get the food in. So just take it slow, keep your food on you, just graze throughout the day and get your food in that way.
Absolutely. The crust was too drained. Wait, I'll look over here so I can see that the crust was too drained, and dried cans of chicken, some parm cheese, and 3 eggs.
Huh.
Nice. I will
Sounds really
definitely
good.
trying that.
Okay.
I don't
Anyone
use mine anymore.
use CPAP?
Yeah, I don't need it anymore. I still use it because it's like it puts me
Got
to
used
sleep.
to it. Yeah, you got
Yeah,
used to it.
as soon as I put it on, it puts me to sleep. If I don't have it on, I have a hard time falling asleep. But I don't. What's funny is I end up ripping it off at night for some reason now. So I put it on to fall asleep, and I wake up and I'm not wearing it. So sometime in the middle of the night, I pull it off.
I have a nasal pillow. When I first had it, it was like the nose, just over the nose. I could not get used to that. I responded better to having those just silicone slightly in the, and honestly, I've seen that, people have been sort of throwing their CPAP machines on the, I just can't imagine my life without it because I adapted to it so quickly. But I have noticed that, I'll have to speak to my husband, but I think what's happening is I'm getting dry mouth. So that means I think my mouth is opening a little bit more. I've also become very sensitive to the humidity, the humidifier in it. I've had to turn it off because once I have the humidity put up there, I'm like, I can hardly breathe.
Right.
So yeah, there's definitely some strange things going on with me using the CPAP machine. Definitely there's some changes.
Question here.
My doctor called me to inform me that I have high cholesterol. I'm scared of the meds. He offers Lipitor. What do you think?
Okay,
I think reach
I'm
out
gonna
to.
go first.
Yeah.
We can't give medical advice, but I can tell you what I did, and I would tell him to shove it right up his ass. That's what I would say. So that
Okay.
stuff is bullshit. Cholesterol is not
Yep.
bad for you, and the evidence is now clear. Anybody still peddling high cholesterol medication is just a drug
Run.
dealing asshole to me. But
Run.
but that's my sugar coated opinion. How about your guys's?
Completely agree.
Yeah,
Not worried
I mean,
about it
I've
one bit.
seen too many comments on Dr. Berry's saying all sorts of things like that. Just run far and run fast if they start offering you things like that. Just
Yeah, check out all the doctor videos. They've got so much information out there, and yeah, definitely.
I mean, since they demonize fat and cholesterol and put everybody on lipids, are we healthier? I mean, if all this great information, all these drugs were supposed to make us so better, why are we exponentially sicker and
Getting worse
since the 70s,
Yep.
Like, no way. It's so obvious now that it's so much bullshit. And it doesn't help anybody. And all that's happening is they've demonized fat so much and got everybody so scared of cholesterol that now look at all the mental disorders and all the mental illness that's happened because our brains are 70% fat.
yeah,
And we don't have it. We need the cholesterol for our brains, It's like bullshit. And also,
yeah.
you know how you all artificially raise your cholesterol if you want to? You fast.
Yeah.
What do they have you do before a blood test where they check your
Fast.
cholesterol? They have you fast so your cholesterol. And they're just selling you shit. It is the biggest used car salesman trick of any drug I've ever seen. What assholes. Yeah.
I agree, though. I agree. I'm not in a good place with doctors. At the
No,
moment.
and like I get
not
it.
in a
They're
good place.
trained for all this stuff, and there's a lot of good people that are doctors that don't even know how stupid they're being. But this stuff's so obvious anymore. It's not making the world a better place. So it's like, I know it's easy to get scared, but that's why I get so pissed about it, because these are fear mongering. These are drug dealers using fear to peddle drugs and to strong arm people. It's pissing me off, but whatever. Recook the crust for 10 to 15 minutes. All right, will do.
I don't know why my stomach won't stretch. It's been almost 10 years since I had the surgery. It's weird. Yeah.
Well, my mom stretched a tiny bit, but she's had it for 15 years, and she can still only eat about 4 ounces a meal. She went from about 2.5 ounces to 4 ounces a meal.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had my lap band 27 years ago, so it's been in there a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
didn't help. It was the cure, apparently, but obviously not. This is when they eradicate the self-preservation instinct and cause the host to behave in ways that only promote the benefit of the disease.
That's crazy that's possible, but that's really cool.
Mm.
Oh, wrong. I wasn't supposed to click that one because that's to somebody else.
Okay.
Right? I didn't know that.
Oh, great. I use wireless.
I've got some too, but yeah. I don't use them a lot.
Same. Don't put when you're on the phone. Don't put it next to your head either. That's even worse.
Oh, a real dag nabbit moment for some people today.
Use your speakerphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put on speakerphone. My cheeks always touch the buttons. I end up muting myself or the people, so I've always used speaker now. Floppy cheeks. Wired headphones for better health. Yeah.
You trying to make me hungry, Sandra? Or Susan? I mean, wrong person, Susan.
I don't eat cheese or dairy though. Yeah. I did make a carnivore pizza once and I didn't have any sauces. It was just the meat and toppings, but I don't like cheese either because it makes me swell up. So yeah, the sauces, it's just not the same. It's a bit dry for me. Yeah. Gee.
Yeah. That's rough.
Damn, that is harsh.
It is, and that's what's so rough about it, And what a permanent, terrible solution for a temporary hack job, that they talk. And I'm not blaming anybody that had it. We listened to our doctors, but how ridiculous is that they're like, we're just going to mutilate your stomach so that you are forced to starve and get malnourished, and for a brief period, you will lose some weight and you'll feel better for a little while until you starve to death and get weak and atrophy.
I came that close. I had the conversation with my husband.
Yep.
And I mean, my husband was like, I don't care what you do. I will support you with whatever you choose to do. Then that's been my husband's attitude towards what I do for my health. And he would have, don't worry about it. We'll make it work. Yep. But yeah, I came that close.
For sure. I know. And I mean, I had to fight my doctors off every time I was in there. They'd be like, well, we told you can get gastric bypass and you won't do it. So, they were always just pushing the gastric bypass and I never would do it. I was just like, this is not the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Research was clearly established. I use and love my CPAP 25 years. I'll never give it up. I don't.
Attaboy.
I kind of get it, man. It just because I hated it when I first did it. It was rough, And then I got real used to it. Now it puts me to sleep. It's like melatonin or whatever. It just knocks me out.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, is that true? You have to chew
Yeah.
it really well.
Slow too.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
So what happens if you do overeat? Do you end up throwing it up, or is it just uncomfortable, or does it like I don't know with lap band it obviously just gets stuck and you literally drown, so yeah, it has to
It'll
come
be the
up.
same way. Yeah. You can only
Yeah.
take in so much food at a time.
Well, somebody's got a good memory. Yeah. So one day, this is true. It was on a Sunday. I'll never forget it because that morning before our live stream, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just something was terribly wrong. I was gasping for air. What happened was, is I got a new bed and it's a king size bed. My hose isn't very long, so I pull my CPAP machine onto the bed. Well, it was winter and my dog got cold and I got cold, so I threw the blanket over the dog. Well, little did I know that it also went over my CPAP machine. And then Cosette let a nuclear ass bomb out that night under the blankets. And well, that pumped all the air under the blankets into my CPAP, which was Cosette's fart. And it was the worst condensed high pressure dog fart you've ever seen in your life. And I mean, I woke up and I was like, did she shit in my mouth? What just happened? It was the worst thing I've ever had happen. So, public service announcement: if you have animals or even yourself, don't put your CPAP under the blanket where you're sleeping on, because you could gas yourself. You could high capacity pump your own fart in your face if something goes wrong. But yeah, be very careful. It's a true story. Trying to save lives here, folks.
Oh no.
It's terrible. It really happened. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, I think she shit in my mouth. It's terrible. It's definitely something to watch out for.
I'm gonna have to play this on the replay. I have to play this part to my husband. He will just die when he hears it.
Touch heaven by your dog. Yeah.
Yeah, or if your husband uses one, pull it on him. Put the dog under there, put his under there, and let it rip. That'd be funny. Yeah.
It's a serious problem, folks. It's a serious problem.
It is. Well, I didn't know. I didn't ever thought about it, but I'm just saying, be careful if you're going to put your CPAP on the bed. If it gets under the covers, you are in danger. Yeah. Real thing. Whoop.
Oh God. Oh, my
Hi.
sides are aching.
All videos, thanks for the response. Love you guys. Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Films become ceramic?
Chimeric.
Chimeric. What is that? I don't know what
They
that
become
means.
sentient.
I need a dictionary.
I just eat meat. That's it. I keep it simple. But I'm glad there's people out there looking into all the backing behind it, the science.
You got an Australian there too.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's few and far between up where I am. Low carb doctors.
Yeah. There's a few here as well, but they're all a fair way from here.
Don't come up here hoping you're going to find a carnivore doctor. Ain't going to happen. I've said it once. I've said it a few times. I'd rather just throw some money Dr. Chafee's way and say, hey, just order my blood test. Here's the money.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in Perth. I've already asked. You can't do it because we're in different states or something. Yeah.
Dagnabbit!
Sorry.
Well, there goes that dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know how that goes, Susan. It'd be interesting to see what it is, but yeah, because I'd love to see. It's great that you lost 115 pounds, but
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is good.
Yeah, I think you can definitely retire it. And I know I could, like, I wake up without using it, and my body gets sick of having it on because I think I actually breathe now better without it. But Like I said, I do sugarcoat things quite well.
That's
Steak.
how I tricked my doctor into thinking I'm taking mine. I eat steak instead of fasting.
Absolutely, I would. If you want him to shut up about the lipids, go ahead and eat a fat, 4 patty bacon burger with extra fat, and your cholesterol will be super low.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dr. Eric Westman is constantly repeating that high cholesterol is not a disease. Atherosclerosis is the disease which can be checked with a CAC scan.
Absolutely. This is why strange symptoms can migrate from one part of the body to another very quickly. Oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
The Y bypass jumps into the stomach, so there isn't much to stretch. Okay.
Wow. I gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We're not the only beings that have intelligence. Yeah, I gotcha. In fact, we're not the only intelligence that we want to believe. Yeah, I believe that. We are actually slaves to microcosms. Well, that's kind of funny. I think he's so we're all controlled by nanobots. You can do the crust without the cheese. Use pork, panko, and eggs to help bind together and blend it well. Definitely will.
Nice. I made homemade Alfredo sauce yesterday for some shrimp, and the garlic really messed up my stomach. You had issues when you had the shrimp and cream, didn't you, Todd?
I did. I couldn't do it. I used to be able to do the shrimp, but I did it again, and it was tasty, and I ate all of it. I ate a whole Costco bag of shrimp, and then I regretted it. Definitely regretted it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't crave the shrimp very often, but when I do, my husband bought me the frozen bag from Costco.
Yep.
It's there. And if I fancy the shrimp, I go with I need it, obviously, so I'll have it, add it to my meal.
Yeah, exactly. That's why starving microorganisms and carbohydrates helps us to lessen its influence over our existence. That's awesome. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If I don't chew enough, the food gets stuck and I get pain and I get sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The struggle's real, isn't it? Well, because we listen to our doctors. Some people have success on it, and that's fantastic. But for some, it hasn't fixed the root cause of the problem, and I'm one of those. So
I guess, and this must be in response to the dog fart.
I think so. Pretty much. Oh.
No, it was way worse than a Dutch oven.
Oh God.
This was pressurized, condensed, like pressure washed dog fart. It was because it was pumped in by the CPAP. It was under pressure. It was still warm. It was still warm. It was so bad. Oh my God.
I have to admit, there was an occasion when I couldn't say anything because my husband was out here. He's going to kill me for this. But I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like, what is that smell? It smells like death. It came from my husband. I'm like, oh my God, there is nothing worse than that coming through the humidifier part filter of your CPAP.
Right. There's nothing worse than pressurized, humidified,
and then
flatulence.
It's death.
Some of those CPAPs have the heat on it, so it heats it up and it makes it even worse.
Right.
So you're like,
yeah, it was fresh baked air biscuits, just pressurized. Yeah, absolutely. It was terrible. It was not pretty. I mean, I woke out of a dead sleep. I don't wake up easy. And I woke out of the dead sleep and I was like, do I have shit in my mouth? That was the first thing that was in my face. And I mean, I was dry heaving. I was like, how is this happening? Like, did she shit in my CPAP or what is going on?
It's a great appetite suppressant.
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, it was terrible. You know what? And then I couldn't go back to sleep. I was so nauseous. I couldn't sleep for hours. It woke. It was the worst. Like if they could make that an alarm clock, though, that'd be the greatest alarm clock. Because you're not going back.
Wake your ass up.
It did. Yeah. Well, you wake up in a panic if you think somehow your dog just shit in your mouth. You wake up in a real panic. Ugh.
I can't. I'm dying.
It's real. That's why I when I told that story the first time, I said this is a public service announcement because it's going to be funny, but it's also going to be save a life. It's terrible.
I'm gonna have to make a short on this for everyone.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's true.
Oh. It is a problem.
Yeah. I think you should be up on stage with Joe Rogan. I think that'll be cool.
Oh.
Someday.
Hi, Mr. Reddy.
Guys are all getting him a big head. His hat's not going to fit him.
Exactly. I'm going to need to go on keto or something. It's a true story. Life is funnier than fiction.
Well, you couldn't make this up. You just couldn't.
No. Like I said, it sounds funny, but I'm trying to save lives here. Don't put your CPAP on the bed. You'll pressure blast a fresh dog biscuit. It is terrible. Absolutely. Laughter is good medicine. I've been using that for years.
It's good for a lot of things, let me tell you.
After ab workout, it is.
If your sides ache when you've been laughing, you know you've done something good for yourself. And my sides have been aching.
Yep.
This comment was right in the middle of all this. This is the best time comment for love tuning in to hear your wisdom. Talking about CPAP pressurized
Stop.
I'm sorry that you came in at that particular moment.
Ironic.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh,
that's really
nice. Where's the hospital?
In Perth. She's in Perth.
That's awesome.
So you got Dr. Chafee and this heart specialist. We're in the wrong state.
We definitely are.
Types of light connecting into one form. Sure. That's pretty cool. I don't tell my doctor about any of my diets that's like keto or low carb, etc. He would only give me a lecture and keep advising me to see a dietitian.
Oh, I'd be like, just blow a raspberry in his face.
Yeah, absolutely. These people. And I get why people do that, but also I just refuse. I refuse the ideology that we have to lie to our doctors to keep them from disagreeing with us. They work for us. They work for us.
Yeah.
Screw them. If they don't like it, screw them.
Yeah. Too bad.
Well,
I mean, I'm dreading the visit. I haven't been to the doctor yet.
Right.
My doctor. My husband is going to sound him out just to see what his thought process is. He's going to ask him, what do you think about keto diet? Most doctors are pretty okay with keto diets. And then he's going to sort of, what do you think of a carnivore lifestyle? And he said, I'll let you know what he says. We'll know either way whether he's going to be on board or not. And if he's not going to be on board, bye-bye.
That's right.
I think you should say, when they say, what are you doing, that's made all these changes? Why are you half your size? And why are you, your blood work so much better?
I know the answer. I put a football up my butt.
Exactly. That's a good one too. I could definitely say that. That's
I listen. I listen.
You're picking
before
it up,
you answer it. Ask them, are they happy with the results?
Right. That's what I was going to say.
Do you think that I've made a change in my life that is,
really good?
Yeah, for my better health.
Like literally, just to screw with them, say,
Yep.
I didn't do anything different other than I took that new medication you gave me and listened to him go,
Yeah.
oh, yes, I knew that was a great result. And then go, no, I'm screwing
Reel 'em
with you,
in.
moron. I got rid of all your medication. I started doing the carnivore diet. And if they're happy with it when they thought it was their magic pill and they give themselves great, resounding whatever, then
Yep.
screw them if they don't like it after that, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Because I don't technically, apart from blood tests, maybe I don't need a doctor for prescriptions anymore.
No, it's like,
Yeah.
and
Sorry, not sorry.
No, and it's just, I'm done. You know, my dad always said that taking drugs for disease is like cutting the wire to your brake light signal on your dash. Like it doesn't fix the brakes. It just, you stop seeing the signal. That's it. You stop getting the warning.
Yeah.
It's like, don't do that. I think the best chicken crust pizza is from Two Crazy Ketos. So check out that one, so check that one out, Todd, when you get ready to make it. I definitely will. I feel like I know that. There's also that other guy, high flute and low carb. I like that guy. I was watching.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of his videos. A lot.
Yeah, I like that dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
And they're doing that. Let's see. I can't stand shrimp mostly because the texture makes me gag. Ooh, I like the texture and I love the flavor, but
I got to be in the mood for shrimp. I have to be in the mood. Yep.
Yeah.
Can't help with the clips damage to the eyes. Don't look at it. Don't look into it. Don't look into the eclipse, sir. Oh, we must have. We're back to here when we had a little recap on the dog farts.
Oh, no, don't.
We'll blow past it this time. Make sure you only eat wild caught fish and shrimp. They feed the farm raised ones crap and antibiotics because, it's probably why I got sick off of them. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure it's not coming from China. A lot of fish nowadays comes from China.
Went straight through me. I had that same thing, John. I had that same thing happen to me. No joke. Yeah, quite literally, fried fart.
My God, there's even an emoji to describe cheese.
Oh, somebody just came in at a bad time. I should have gave a trigger warning.
Crap.
Sea crap. That's awesome. It is a sea crap. It ain't a sea pap. It's sea crap.
Ooh, Nelly. Oh my God, love this.
That's funny. My family's about to come investigate. Well, tell them you're just you're saving lives right now. You're bringing awareness to pressurized dog farts through CPAPs.
Yeah, the cool kids are here.
Yep.
You've got a fan club, effective petite suppressant. Yeah, effective appetite suppressant.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely an appetite suppressant, a sleep suppressant. Yeah, it'll make you question your life choices too. My brother said,
"We're getting the dog." That's right.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and she didn't. I mean, what a
Cats
deal
can
for
hold
her.
their own.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. But what a deal for her, because she gets to light up the covers, and then my machine pumps it out into me and out. So she didn't even have to smell her own
filtered. It's filtered for her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's filtered for her. It was pretty terrible stuff. My brother said his numbers improve when he eats chicken and fish, but it's worse when he eats red meat. My brother said his numbers improve. What numbers, though?
His glucose? I don't know.
I guess so.
That's all I can see. That you would see a difference.
Exactly, Adam. That is a good idea for a T-shirt. Where the world needs to know. The world needs to know, Adam. That's a great idea for a T-shirt, and our subscribers would definitely.
Oh yes, you haven't heard the plane story yet.
Oh no!
Wow.
Is this a baptism of fire thing?
Someday.
It's so good.
Okay.
We'll have to find the episode and we'll send it to you so you can watch it.
Doc, show me the studies. Yeah, exactly. Show me the studies, Doc. Yeah, I find my last doctor. I fired my last doctor. Yeah, me too. I told my last doctor that he needed a doctor for his mental illness. He's an idiot.
Oh, no, he did. Oh, yeah,
No.
he did.
Well, for sure. If you want somebody to get you laughing, look up Happy Ass Farm. I definitely will be looking that up. That lady laughs and giggles.
I love watching Sharon Osbourne. The Britain's Got Talent. I love watching her lose her absolute mind laughing. There's something that I can't help myself when she starts laughing. I'd start laughing. Can't help it. Can't help it.
Actually, I fired several doctors. That's good.
Good for you. Good for you. Good
Yeah,
for
you know, if we all stop participating in this mass
Madness.
psychosis, craziness that's going on, then they're going to have to actually we can use our money to vote and shift the culture. We can shift this. But we have to stop. We are getting manipulated with fear mongering, and we are being, pushed into the system. We can just all choose not to play the game anymore. It's completely within our rights and our ability to just stop playing the game. Stop eating their food so that we stop feeling sick. Then stop being vulnerable to fear mongering. We just stop playing the game,
It's perpetuating the madness, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah.
I dropped 2 crazy ketos when they endorsed the Saw movie. Oh, yeah, those are a little bit hard to watch. When you're on a permanent care plan, it's hard to disassociate from your care physician, for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
For sure. I just wish that they would separate like trauma and injury, type physicians from like diet and, disease type physicians, right? Because they get a bad rep. Our trauma physicians are incredible, and our disease, sickness and disease physicians are useful just useful idiots, in my opinion. I like that, Michael. I'm still supposed to go for a blood test, and I just keep putting it off. Absolutely, Keith.
Same. I should probably have had them at the start of this, just to see, just to keep tabs on it. But it's like, I don't feel ill.
Right. Dr. Chafee in LA made a pizza on his channel. That's awesome. Dr. Eric Westman advised to tell your doctor that you are on a modified version of the Mediterranean diet, and if you do not want to get into it, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, my husband's not that subtle. He's not that subtle. He's just going to say, "What do you think of keto?" Okay. What do you think of carnivore? And he's just going to come out and ask.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time for dealing with. I don't think it's my job. Lectures, and I don't think it's my job to educate a doctor when they're the ones that have gone to school and got their PhD. It's not my job.
Well, you should tell them. I would love to re-educate you today and unindoctrinate.
I'd have to bill you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need.
I'd have to charge you for the script.
Right.
Exactly. Absolutely. Highfalutin too. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yep. Exactly. I looked at the clips in 2017. It didn't hurt me. Or so you think.
Canine Kenny.
That's a fact.
Let's hope they don't figure out how to bottle that, please.
No. Nope.
Dang.
Well, you could advertise it as a weight loss suppressant, like a food suppressant. Like
yeah, we could. Or
make millions.
Did you know the Mayo Clinic actually has laugh classes sessions because they have documented people actually getting healed from cancer by laughing a lot? Well,
Patch Adams. Patch
Yeah.
Adams.
Patch
Yeah,
Adams was
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then I could be a physician. There you go. I'll just pull my finger jokes, and we'll
Oh.
heal cancer. We'll have to post it. I don't remember what episode we did that in. That's why I would tell people
yeah.
next time. I'll tell it again. I'll tell it again. Well, as we get closer, I'll tell you what. After I get on the plane, I'll tell the plane story again because I'll have to give like a comparison of the plane story versus the new plane story.
After Texas. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds good. We could tell it while we're in Texas. We'll do a live.
there we go.
Yeah, we can compare plane stories.
I hope you guys are going to be vlogging and stuff when you go over there. Yeah,
For
you're
sure.
going to take some video and stuff.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
have we're not saying just yet, but we have a pretty massive live stream coming up, and we will make some announcements. But it's going to be awesome.
Ooh,
Yeah, we're going to have our phones on us all the time, so definitely be doing a lot.
sweet.
Yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
Best doctor. Huh?
Best doctor.
Nice.
Let's see. Dr. Westman worked with Dr. Atkins. I like him too. My doctor is vegetarian. My daughter's bestie. Laughing out loud. The struggle is real. Yep.
Yeah.
Oy. That'd
Yeah.
be doing it tough. Ooh.
I have to wake up the masses, In the U.S. and many states, you can order your own labs, no insurance. Yeah, that's what Own Your Labs does. Yep.
Yeah, you can here, but you'd be paying a fair bit for that.
Yeah, I think we're going to do it in Texas with Emily, aren't we? We have to organize that.
Yep. Carrie at Homestead House said his heart murmur that he's had for 40 years actually disappeared.
Gone.
His doctor was shocked. Exactly. This is what I don't get. With all this evidence, it's no longer just anecdotal, right? With all this evidence that's happening since this carnivore boom and it's being tracked, right? When I walk, it only been 6 months and I was mobile again. I was off oxygen. My oxygen saturation was at a lifetime high for me with no oxygen. My depression, anxiety was gone. My resting heart rate went from 107 beats a minute to 68 beats a minute. I'm 205 pounds lighter. I'm standing in front of my doctor. My color's better. I have all the strength in the world. Like everything is, I literally look like a different human being. And my doctor, all that he came back with said was, I'm worried about your diet. So my question is, how in the hell can that much evidence be standing in front of so-called a professional medical doctor who took an oath to do no harm? And I can stand in front of him, pretty much a miracle. And he doesn't humble himself enough because I did it without following his direction and or the medical, dogma. How does he not humble himself to go, now, wait, what did you do? Like if this was anything else, if this was in the electrical field and somebody did something that amazing by doing something out of the box, I would at least go, what the hell did you do to do that? Like I would ask, how did it happen? What did you do? And I would look into it to see if there's something going on. Like it would at least spark your interest to go, maybe there's something to this. They don't do it. They are so indoctrinated. They don't care. You could, completely, heal cancer and AIDS and whatever. I don't know. You cure everything. But if you didn't do it the way that they said, they don't care. They don't care. They're not interested. They think it's a fluke, a one-off. Maybe you didn't have it before. They just don't care. And I don't understand it. How they can see it happen right in front of them. And they're not even at least curious. They're not even asking questions. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. It just, my thoughts are, if you're wondering whether you should be eating meat or not, just run your tongue over your teeth and are they flat or are they pointy? There's your answer.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. I've been a doctor any kind for 10 years or more. Only time This fall hospital stay from COVID lung. Yep, absolutely. How's your COVID lungs doing too, by the way?
Yeah.
They said when I was at the hospital, COVID lungs, they said, "Oh, we don't think this is going to heal." It took me 6 months to get off of oxygen and heal my COVID lungs.
Wow.
My doctor's really happy with my improvements. Encourage me to keep up carnivore. That's great. You have a good doctor.
Awesome.
But he gets to add to clear pan. I
Carte
don't know what
blanche.
or carp. What it?
Carte blanche is like blankly, like
Oh,
unlimited.
yeah,
Yeah.
but what? That's not the. What's the care plan like? So, oh, I got you. So, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, he gets to just add to it. Okay. No finger pointing. Not falling for that one again. Every single keto carnivore doctor has been educated by a patient except for Dr. Atkins. They'll admit that. Yeah. Except for maybe Dr. Chafee, who heard it from a teacher.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see here. We're sorry, Sandra. Look how the medical society is just now adopting the low carb diet for treatment for diabetes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that.
Thank goodness someone's cottoned on. Thank goodness.
I don't know who this is. What's that? Cabana Chronicles recent video?
Yes.
I gotta check that out. Put her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was impressive. I mean, but also I felt I was a little bit upset for her. Instead of like going, oh, really? To kind of so what does that involve? How and asking questions, they just treated her like a freak of nature. It's like, oh hell no. That was
Yeah.
how her rant was a very, very valid rant. She got a
Right.
subscribe out of me for that. I'm like, wow.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Hospital doctors and big pharma are businesses. Businesses exist to make money. Some doctors are thrilled to help people, but many are money driven. Yep, sad but true. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Just a quick note: we are at 3. Oh, we are at 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours
Wow.
plus.
Yeah, we're
This
gonna
mom
run
wants to go to bed.
Overtime. Baby.
overtime.
Yeah.
I will double your usual salary as usual. 2 times 0 is still 0, unfortunately. U.S. diabetic docs are now recommending low carb. I think that's good. We'll catch up on these now.
Look at that.
On 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Big difference.
Yeah.
So all that time you have now.
How many people here have toe fungus, and is it now in remission? That's a good question. Well, let's hear that answer. On a plus note, referred my cousin to Dr. Baker and Barry's video on knee surgery, and she is putting off scheduling hers now. That is good note.
Yep. That's great
Yeah.
news. That's great.
Awesome. I heard there's an issue for child of issue for a child of one of the directors of the organization that she put her child on low carb. Weird.
Ah.
That is weird. Yeah. So getting in trouble, politics, right? They're bringing politics in it. So crazy. I think they need to make a movie where everyone woke up and was carnivore. How would that affect our society? We'd be fighting for good. Oh, yeah, exactly. For sure. Yeah, I think about it all the time. Like, if people were healthy, the world would be a very, very different place. It really would be. Not to mention Bill Gates is trying to kill us off. Yeah. Trying to stop
twit.
us. Absolutely.
Sorry, I'll say it. He's a twit.
I know. And I've been told that I'm not supposed to say that I hope he dies of a certain anus malfraction.
And there's me say, oh, I've said it online that Bill Gates is a twit. Oh, bum, bum,
Exactly.
bum. I don't care. He is.
I just
Thanks for
say,
Microsoft, but no.
right?
Stay with computer stuff. Stay away from meat. Thank you.
I feel
Or
like
what you
I
call
feel like
meat.
the Bill Gates that runs around on television out in the open where where he's vulnerable. I don't even think that's him. I think that's his clone.
Body double.
Yeah, I don't think body double. I think clone. I think like in Duplicity, I think he's the booger clone that came like he was the copy of the copy.
That's a great movie, man. I love that movie.
Love Duplicity. It was awesome. I do. He's like, what about rule number 1? You broke the rule number 1. I pretty much beat the hell. I just had to say eating low carb, that's the way to go. Low, maybe no carb. Blood pressure very normal, 117 over 71 pounds, 5.1.
Blood sugar level?
Yeah, blood sugar level.
5.1. Yeah.
5.1, monitoring fasting, no pain in the hips, knees, and hands.
Oh,
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
no
Gloria.
pain. Oh, darling, well done. Nice.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Did we catch up? Thanks for the live. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Where are we at? We're at Carrie from Homestead How is making a movie. We know.
Yeah.
I know a couple of folks that are on the little committee to help them with that.
The team, HH
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, the HH team. Great idea. Bill Gates is evil. On that note, I couldn't agree more. Leave that one up there.
Yeah.
And we appreciate
Ain't
you guys.
high.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It's been 3 hours and 18 minutes. And we will see you next Sunday for another conversation with you guys. We love hanging out with you. We wouldn't want to do anything else with our Sunday. It's awesome.
Yeah, great.
I've had a
Thank
lot
you.
of fun.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank
you
you for
so
having
much.
me on. Honestly, fantastic time.
You're
sure
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us. Been lovely.
Absolutely. And and let's shout out all of our Carnivore Scott. Go check out his channel. Who else was in here that's got channels?
Carnivore Today.
Carnivore Today, Adam at Carnivore Today.
Carnivore
absolutely.
Nation.
Carnivore Nation.
Yeah, definitely go check out their channels and definitely go check out Carnivore Odyssey.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. We appreciate you guys. Love you. We'll see you next time. Oh, Carnivore Keith. And
Yes, Carnivore Keith. Yes.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.